Hello.
Hello, welcome. Sorry, those are my old man sounds.
Off to a good start.
That's right. We're kicking it off right now. We got the Prime Big Deal Days going on right now. There's a ton of awesome deals actually right now. So super stoked to get this thing rolling.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like we wake up in the morning. We kind of have a little idea of what's going to be on for deals, but not everything is revealed to us until this morning. But there is actually a ton of stuff. And then we have some really big BTOD deals happening today, too. So, yeah.
What Robert wants to say is that we have a general idea of the deals, and then his team spends the entire first 90 minutes of the day scrambling to get all of the data together so that we know what's going on. So props to Robert and his team, because they've got an amazing list of products together for you guys, and it should be updated and ready to go. So lots of good stuff in here.
For sure.
RC in here, what up? Hey, here's the thing. I've got some deals.
He's struggling over there.
Yeah, my voice. Apparently, I won't be able to talk the rest of the stream, so we're going to get this all done right now. But there's some non-approved Ryan deals that are going to be such banger deals today, guys. Stay tuned. Seriously. I can't wait for Ryan to find out. And we're going to kick it off right away. Let's do this. Let's go mullet cam just so you guys can see.
Good God. Gets after it right away. I love the encouragement from Francis. She's in the background. You got this, hyping him up.
Wow, that hits hard. That thing is coming in great.
Colton was actually excused being able to come in a little late today just so he could get that brushed just right. So it was worth it. RC here loves it, of course.
RC is here, and he says, my brother looking strong. All right, what are we going to kick it off with, Robert? You want to start us off with some of the deals from BTOD, and then we'll just get right into the Amazon stuff?
Sure. So we have some big stuff happening. We have a lot of outlets. So we are doing 20% off on outlets, and we're going to try to do a little better. If you guys were with us at the last time, we're trying to kind of let you know what was selling out, what we all had available. Today we have a much better tracking of what's going on there. So some of the stuff we've been already watching is going to be selling out probably kind of quickly. So one of those products, and it's probably close by, I think, is our Eurotech Vera chair. So this is one that we do have some outlets, but Greg, you said they're already...
I think there's 3 left.
Oh, there's only 3 left. So this is one where if you are interested in this chair, this one's probably going to go pretty quick. And it's definitely a chair that we really like. I think Ryan might have even busted out. It's close to S tier on the backrest, I think you said at one point.
I feel that the S tier, the backrest and the seat are right there battling between A and S tier. I truly think it can compete with the best chairs out there in terms of just pure comfort in the back and the seat. So the arms, not quite S tier to me, but you're not going to get a perfect chair for under $500, but this is going to be one of the most comfortable options you can get, certainly in the price range. So the only difference between the outlet chairs and then the standard chairs are just outlets have been returned for whatever reason within that first 30-day return policy. And so then we just give them a heavy, heavy discount and then sell them without the ability to be returned. So
$269 right now.
Wow.
Is what you get it in the outlet.
It's normally $469?
$469. You get
$200 off, guys.
And you get the free, you still get the full warranty. So.
And there was a time, right, where we used to sell this chair. It was like over 600, right? Or was it high fives?
$569.
$560.
Yep.
And even at that price, it was still like a chair that we highly
Very
recommended. And then it dropped down. And then now with that outlet price, 20% off, this is just an awesome deal. And like Ryan said, for me, it's really that backrest that I just love the feel of it. It just has
Morning great salad.
Whatever your size is, it's going to fit that lumbar curve in your back really nicely. So, yeah.
It doesn't have a super high-tech lumbar support system, no additional lumbar adjustment at all, actually. But that's kind of the beauty of the chair. It's very similar to the human scale concept, very similar to a Liberty back, where you just have a perfect curve and then really good mesh. And the pairing of those two things does all the work for you. You don't need another adjustable system to give you more or less support. You just kind of sink in however much depending on how you weigh. And so really, really good price for this at $269, but we only have 3 of them, guys. So these are going to sell right away. So if I were you and you've been eyeing up a Vera and you don't want to spend $469 tomorrow, then you can get $269 right now. But there's only 3, so.
Yeah, thanks to Taylor. I was trying to find that link, but there it is, right to BTOD's site. And then you can see our codes are right there. Outlet 20 for 20% off. Those outlets, and the thing is, if those outlets do run out today, which is probably going to happen, you can still use Live 15 to get 15% off a brand new one. Again, Ryan kind of said this already, but outlets are typically return chairs. Nothing wrong. Our team goes over them. We just are able to ship them back out to another customer. So,
All right, let's kick off something on Amazon. Do you want to release the Beast? There was one that we just saw that dropped that was a pretty dang good deal. We're going to hold that one.
oh, okay.
We're going to hold that one.
That
What
lead
about
up.
that light bar, though, that we got in just recently? If you guys haven't seen light bars, these things are absolutely amazing. We can show a light bar, and then we can talk about the other one once we're done. But
Yeah,
if you
did
guys
we get that light bar back to Ryan's desk? I know that's one of his new accessories, and we had to steal one off his desk to use it to shoot in a video.
I got it back, and then you guys keep trying to give me a different one.
Okay.
So
we're trying to hook you up with the BenQ, but you're just a hater.
I'm fine with the one I got. The quintessential, or what's the name of the one? I got?
Basis. It's not
Oh, the
available
Basis
anymore.
is- Okay.
Yeah. So you'd think we wouldn't have to seal it if it's not even available, but we like the variety. So this is the
One of the things that you'll see, actually, Colton, if you go, you're going to pull that one off of there? Okay, yeah, it needs to go on the curved one. But you want to show that other one that expands in your hand right now before you pop? Yeah, so the cool thing about these, they've actually changed a little bit how they work. So if you stretch that, and then if you look at the front, you can see how it kind of extends off the actual, does that one extend out a little bit? So they're changing them now where they actually get further away from the monitors to kind of eliminate the screen glare that comes off some of them, which is helping quite a bit because they don't have the asymmetrical light pattern on any of them except for BenQ. So we're not sure if it's because it's some type of patent that they have maybe, but none of the other models that we've ever tested have a true asymmetrical light pattern, but they're extending them out far enough where they shouldn't actually be an issue. But this is going to be way better than any task lamp. You're not going to, there's no way that you're getting enough overhead lighting in your space, natural lighting. Honestly, these things, once you have them, it's really hard to go without, and they're not a super expensive add-on. I think the Basis, or not Basis, but like Xiaomi, I don't know if I said that right. John will correct me. Bless you.
You always
Twice.
get hammered on that one.
But again, Xiaomi.
No one knows.
Ah,
John doesn't. even know.
Whatever. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like $60 with a puck. This one's going to be even less right now. Robert, what is the deal on this one, the curved bar?
So we got such a big list. Let me scroll down. So this is the On-Way, correct? So this is $47. This starts at $89 typically, and it's down. This is 47% off. So, of course, there's usually always some kind of discount going on Amazon. But the regular price, even though, so the list price is $89, the regular price on Amazon, $69. Today, $47. So this is actually a really good deal. So we just got this in, right? Like I think we actually had to come back and reshoot a part of a video that's coming out pretty soon just to make sure to get this one in.
Yeah.
So
I like
got
this.
to do some testing.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like this one because it comes with a puck. So you'll always be paying a little bit more for the ones with the puck. The puck is going to actually, what we're going to see here in 2 seconds is how this works with it. Did we grab the wrong puck?
It is true. All these pucks kind of look like they're like very similar with the little line on
Make
the top.
sure it's
that lights
powered up. Make sure that cords are all the way plugged in.
Okay.
Because last time it wasn't plugged in, it didn't work too, oddly enough.
Lisa, I would just make sure to go with a footrest.
They're working?
Very few chairs are going to accommodate that 5'2" height range. So most you're going to have to get a footrest anyways. Even like the Leap probably isn't going to go low enough for you. So I would just plan on using a footrest. I use a footrest myself, and I'm 5'9". Almost everyone that works in the BTOD office uses a footrest. So you can pick one up for pretty cheap, $20, $50 if you want a nice one. That's what I'd recommend.
So that the light bar that she has up on there right now, that's going to be the one that's the only one I've seen that actually has buttons on the actual light bar and on the puck. So you guys can do both, which sometimes is kind of nice. If you want to just quickly make a change, you don't have to use the puck. I always like to use the puck to turn it on and off, but going through all the different settings, I use one at work and I use one at my home office, and they're different. So
Have we ever really talked about camel on one of these live streams? Do you guys know what that is?
No.
So camel is a website that you can track Amazon prices. It's just open to everyone. It's not like we have some inside info here, but you can really see where these prices have gone and changed over potentially the whole lifespan of a product on Amazon. So I pulled up this On-Way Curved on Camel. I'll just call it Camel from going on, please, if that's okay. So this has really jumped in price quite a bit. It did sit at like $59 for a long time. So even though it says that the typical price is $69, really the usual price is closer to $59. Either way, the deal of $47 is really good. So another nice thing with the Camel is if you find a product that is not in stock, you can kind of look and be like, okay, well, this actually has been in stock and maybe just went out of stock recently, because you can see little blips on their chart. So I can maybe share a link so you can see what that looks like.
And what is that called again?
Camel times 3.
It's Camel times 3. That's what we look up.
Yeah.
One thing that I see a lot of comments on light bars when we do these videos is people comment, why don't you just use a desk lamp? Well, the light bar is better for 2 reasons. One, you don't have to take up the space on your desk with a desk lamp. So you're getting that up and off the desk, a little cleaner space, more of that minimalistic vibe. And then also the light is a lot more directed. So any type of task light that you're going to get, it's going to have to come from one direction or the other, whereas the light bar just comes straight down, right in front of you. It's even, it's not shaded, it's not going to create a shadow. So those are the 2 main advantages.
And we've gotten comments on the light bars. Why don't you just put it beneath the monitor? It's not high enough up to have it shine out onto your actual surface with enough light. So you have to put it over your monitor, and the screen glare is one of the things that people sometimes complain about. That's why BenQ is the nicest one, but you definitely don't need to have BenQ. I have the Halo in my office here, which is almost $200, but I use the Xiaomi, again, which is a quarter of the price at home, and I have 0 issues with it. So as long as you kind of get it positioned right, it's really up to you. People think that just because we have the BenQ, that's the only one we'd recommend. We definitely recommend other ones. In fact, there's funny comments on the videos that say, because you've recommended BenQ, I'm now not going to get BenQ, as if for some reason I could care that you bought BenQ or not. I don't. Honestly, you use a cheap one, and you've been pretty, it's not cheap, but it's not the cheapest, but it's like in that entry level, higher end of the entry level, and you love it.
Does the job for sure. It changes the vibe of your whole office, to be honest. Just makes everything brighter. Makes you feel a little bit warmer inside. Do we know what color that Vera was that we showed?
That's Dandelion, and it's no longer available. So we only have one color, which is Satellite, in the actual outlet. So Satellite's the one. We have got 3 of them. I don't know if anybody's bought any of them since. All right, I gotta drop a killer deal that's gonna happen during the entire stream. So you guys freak out about the Ameeps being a crazy deal. We're dropping Ameeps right now. Ameep 30, so you guys are going to get 30% off of all the Ameep chairs, and those are the fully refurbished ones. They're not returned. These are just coming out of the refurbishing process, so they're going to be squeaky fresh. You guys are going to get 30% off any Ameep chair. That's going to be taking it down from like $419 to $295, I believe. If you get the greener options, I think it's going to bring it down to like $250 or $260, I'm pretty sure. So that's without a doubt the best deal that we have on anything that's fully refurbished. That's not going to be in the outlet. Again, those are crazy cheap. You're getting down towards like a Kalami chair at that price point, and it's going to be built off of the Mia frame with a Leap seat, fully refurbished, full warranty, free returns. They never get returned, though, honestly. It's the craziest thing. The Ameep has one of the lowest return rates on any of the chairs we sell.
Yep. The only returnable product that we have that has a lower return rate is our Vert desk, our electric standing desk that we offer free returns on. Pretty much never gets returned, like 1 out of 1,000. So that's the only thing that has a lower return rate than the Ameep.
How would you rate the Kalami 1 to 10, Ryan?
1 to 10, probably around a 5. In the grand scheme of all chairs, between a 4 and a 5. For the price, a 10. If you're going to compare it to an Embody, and I would consider an Embody or a decked out Fern or a fully loaded Leap to be a 10. The Atlas isn't that. It's, maybe halfway there, probably not. but it's only $200. And so for the value that you're getting out of a 5 out of 10 chair for only $200 is incredible. It would, on a value rating, if we were to rank all of the chairs we've ever reviewed in terms of the value that they provide, the Atlas would be right up there at the top of the list with a handful of chairs. One comment that I wanted to just, Lisa, you're definitely right that there's more to sizing a chair than just how tall or short you are. So that's why we tried to incorporate a couple other factors in our size rating guide. I saw that you saw the size rating guide and you were just out of the green being in 5'2". That's why we tried to include also the weight component as well as a shirt size, because it's really hard just to say, you know what, if you're under 5'3", you can't use this, or if you're over 270 pounds, you can't use this. So we're trying to incorporate a few different things that are relatable, that you know, okay, yeah, I wear an extra large shirt, so if that's not good for me, then I should look for a different chair. So we're trying to get it in there. Our personal rankings will always be different than our size charts, because I'm ranking a chair on how it fits me personally. Robert's going to rank a chair on how it fits him personally. So the Sail isn't going to rank well for Robert because it just doesn't fit him. The Sail is going to rank good for me because it fits me. But on a size chart, it would be a lot more inclusive for a chair like the Sail than just saying, you know what, Robert can't use it, so this is a rank C. So we're trying to be inclusive in that size chart. It's just, it's hard to come up with a way to easily present the information that's also easy to digest. So
The Leap V2 at 5'2", my wife is 5'2". She's the person that I actually based the sizing off of when I did that. Just seeing her in the Leap, she fits in the Leap without the footrest. She has, when you're 5'1", 5'5" flat, then you're probably going to need a footrest for sure, but she can get her feet flat on the floor with the seat tucked back and have no issues. So your actual desk height could pose a problem when you're that down, when you're that low. But
yeah, I mean, something that I love to do too is not necessarily use a footrest, but I use like one of these like topo type mats on the floor, even though seat height is not a problem for me because I'm taller, but that's another option if you want to just have something that you can rest your feet on that's a little bit higher. Like we looked this morning, I don't think like my favorite topo mats were on big deals at all. Like the ergo driven topo mat is kind of my favorite, but they usually have like these big ramps on the front, and that kind of gives you an extra few inches to kind of kick your feet up on. So it's not as tall as what a footrest would be, but it still gets you up a couple inches. So, and then also, of course, it's really made for standing on. So if you have a standing desk, you can pull it out and stand on it. So it's probably not worth how much those cost if you don't have a standing desk, but if you do have one, huge recommendation for one of those.
very true.
someone said that there is a bug on the floor by the desk, and someone wants you to give him a mic.
Give him a mic?
Do we have a link to that Atlas?
Yeah, right now the Atlas is $225.
Get that.
Yeah, they're saying that it's over $300 now, so they're asking for a link.
Oh, is there two listings?
So if someone can share a link to that $200 Atlas for everyone, that'd be helpful.
Try to race Taylor to it. She's very good with these links.
Find him? Oh, man, you got to get rid of that.
What do I test?
All right, so yeah, there it
wonder
is.
what I comment as.
$225 right now. Limited time deal.
That's a killer deal.
And I truly believe that this will be a limited time deal because this.
No
Like-
question they're losing money on this. They
Yeah.
have to be.
And this was not on their list of like when we saw deals that were going to be happening. This was not on that list. I specifically checked. So I'm wondering if this is just going to be, maybe even just for hours. So it's interesting. They don't call this one a big deal day item. They just call it a limited time deal. But this is, again, not their normal deal that they have. So jump on it if this is the chair you want.
Do the wheels of high-quality chairs damage the floor when it doesn't have any protection? So it really doesn't. High-quality chairs doesn't really mean that you're going to get casters that are meant for, I'm assuming you're talking about like wood floors and things like that. You want to get a softer wheel. Typically, they're wrapped in PU, polyurethane. Otherwise, like most rollerblade wheels are going to be safe for hardwood floors. Now, of course, if you guys use a softer caster and the floor is dirty and it picks up a rock and then it sticks into the actual caster and then you slide it across the floor, you're going to be subject to scratching your floor. So it's all going to be dependent on how clean you keep your place. as far as keeping the floor from being scratched and gouged and things like that. And we dropped those sizing guides across, I think it's the top 20 or 30 chairs so far that we sell on BTOD. So, and we've got a video dropping on Thursday that kind of helps show you guys how to use that.
Carlos, when I say a footrest, I don't mean one that's attached to a chair. There's only one decent footrest that I've found on any chair. It's on the most recent chair that I reviewed. It was the Habata E3. But other than that, I would not recommend a footrest that's attached to the chair. I mean a separate product that's on the ground that you're just using to prop your feet up and make your feet sit a few inches off the ground. Just because most chairs, for someone that's 5'2", the chair height won't go low enough for you to maintain that 90 degrees. So if you can get your feet off the ground a couple inches, then you can accommodate for that cylinder height, and then you're good to go. But I wouldn't recommend using a footrest that's attached to the chair that like slides out from underneath the seat. I think that you're spending money on something that's not very useful, and most of them are really poorly designed.
All right, I'm about to drop something here, guys. We're about to drop something big. We're going to run this for the next, we'll call it 37 minutes. Right now it's 10:23 here in Wisconsin, so Central Standard Time. Right until 11 o'clock, I'm going to run a 25% coupon for Lamia chairs. So if you guys have been looking to get a Lamia chair, this is going to be for the outlet only. So basically a Lamia chair costs, I think it's, $819 straight up refurbished. In the outlet right now, they're $699. We're going to give a 25% off coupon. That's going to take these things all the way down to $524.99 until they sell out. So $524.99, you can get your hands on a Lamia. That's my S-tier chair, guys. That's also Robert's S-tier chair. It's a super nice chair, and you guys are going to get it in the outlet form for $524.99, which is an absolute blowout deal. It's like $300 off what we sell it for every day, and they sell like crazy. So if you guys want to get that, we've got limited quantities. Grab that up again. It's Lamia, Lamia, 25% off that one. That's crazy.
So one thing I thought I'd address while we have that, while you just brought that up. Recently, I saw some comments about people saying that the Leap V2, which the Lamia is going to have a Leap V2 back, that the lumbar was way too strong. And I know Ryan has a good tip of what he likes to do with the chair because you can adjust. We're all sitting in Leaps right now, if you didn't notice, but you can adjust that lumbar support to be as low as possible. But if that's still not enough, I know Ryan has a little pro tip here.
Yeah, what I do with the Leap is just take the lumbar out. So we have a nice tutorial video on our site. You can just take the lumbar, the plastic piece out completely, and you don't have to have it in there. It takes, 30 seconds, a couple minutes to take it out. But you still get to use the dial. The dial will still make it a little more firm and a little less firm because it's just bending the bottom of the backrest into a more aggressive curve. So you still have a little bit of adjustment, but you don't have the plastic in there, which really makes it a lot more aggressive. So taking that plastic out almost unlocks another completely new dimension of lumbar adjustment because it's just a lot less pronounced, a lot less aggressive, and I think it's very comfortable that way. Yes, you can put it back in. You can put it back in the same way that you take it out. Super easy to do.
What's funny is like I'm on the opposite end where I keep the lumbar pad in and I crank it all the way up to the max, and I really like it like that. So it does give you a huge range from either way if you want a lot of lumbar support or you want not a ton.
It shows out of stock already. We already sold out of all the Lamia outlets.
Is that you have to make the selection, correct?
Someone will double check that for you. But they should. There was definitely. They're not sold out yet.
Let's double check that.
Select your color, and then you should be good to go. And hopefully we can switch that up on our end so it doesn't say that it's out of stock to start. There's one of those, and these should ship out today. Honestly, if you order before 2, they should ship out today.
Yeah, if you select your colors, select the casters, then you'll be able to add to cart from there. Are we ready to talk about our color options at all, or
the new Leaps?
We do have new colors coming out on our Leaps.
They're not coming out, they're out.
They're out, that's right. So if you see what we're sitting in right now, kind of hard to see when I'm straight on the back, but our new blue color, Greg is in the gray and Ryan with the black. So slowly rolling these out. If you look at our Leap and Amiya pages, you can see those new colors. So you have multiple options there, because I'm looking at the Lamia page. You can get this either in the black onyx or the logwood. So that's for the new refurbished Amiya.
Alex, the only difference between the outlet chairs and the refurbished chairs that we sell is that the outlet chairs can't be returned. You're still getting the same 12-year warranty. So if something goes wrong with it, we're still going to honor it for 12 years. It went through the same refurbishing process. It's the same chair. Someone's just used it for a short amount of time or canceled their order, and it's shipped back to us, and that's it. So we're just shipping it back out. We don't want to ship them 1,000 times. It's just not great for the chair. So we'll ship it one more time to you. You're going to get a heck of a discount to not be able to return it, basically. But you'll still get a warranty.
Couple big fans of the gray. Yeah, see, I also agree. I love the more speckled gray on that new, it's like a heather gray, not just a solid like gray silver color.
Honestly, Carlos, that's a great idea. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are thinking like, man, it'd be really nice to have a chair like the Lamia or a brand new Leap or an Embody, but I just don't have the money for that right now, and so I'm going to start saving now. What can I get in the meantime? The Atlas. The Kalami Atlas right now for $220 is on crazy discount. I'm telling you guys, a really good value. Or a chair like the Vera, where if we have any left in the outlet, $270 for a Vera chair is a heck of a deal, and that's going to buy you as much time as you need until you save up.
The Amiip.
Or the Amiip as well. We got 3 amazing chairs in that price range. It's crazy because you guys threw that ridiculous discount on there.
Yeah, Amiip 30 for 30% off. All right, what else we got going on Amazon? You guys said there was a bunch of great deals. Robert,
well, we've kind of talked a little bit about it, so maybe we can just bring it up again. The Hibata, it's the E3, correct? I think in the comments I saw P3.
E3 Pro.
E3 Pro, it has a deal today. Ryan, you are the one that did the video. You want to give us a little scoop? You mentioned that was one of the best, if not the best, built-in footrest we've ever seen.
The Hibata is an interesting chair because it does 2 things very, very, very well, which a lot of people are looking for, and that is having a really good footrest and a really good headrest. Now, for me, I typically like to have one of the main components of the chair be the highlight, but the backrest is still pretty decent, very supportive, ton of different adjustments. You can adjust the lumbar separately of the top height of the back, then you can adjust the headrest in 3 different ways. So from an adjustability standpoint, it's one of the most adjustable chairs I've used. The footrest is really comfortable just because they made it rounded in design with a little padding, so it doesn't have edges that you feel on your calves or ankles like every other footrest. So it's usable, which is nice. And again, the headrest is great. The one downside that I found is just the seat, and it's mainly because I'm not a mesh seat guy, and it's not my favorite seat. So if you haven't used a mesh seat before, then I don't know if this would be the best one to start with. But if you have used mesh seats and like them, then this could be a great chair for you because it does have a lot of other good options with it. And if you're used to a mesh seat, then you'll probably be fine with this one.
Next level footrest, though. Seriously. Like, go to sleep in the chair. Pretty crazy.
I think what's interesting is that even the mesh seats that we don't like as much, they're still like better than some of the older style mesh seats that were like terrible. So like the blanket on the Staples hike-in chair, or even like, to me, like the X chair. The X chair is a lot more expensive than this one, but I think the Hibata seat is actually better. It doesn't have that kind of weird pinching front edge because they try to put this pad in and stuff. So they're getting better at getting that rounded curve, just like the Kalami 5188, I believe it's called, which kind of looks similar to this chair, and especially in the seat. They're getting much better at having that curve in the front edge to relieve that pressure on the front of your, or the bottom of your thighs, basically. So, but yeah, it's still very, not everyone loves that mesh seat. I did just put up a new mesh tier list that I go through, all the different popular mesh chairs, and that's one thing I kind of talk about a lot, is the different problems that you might have with the mesh chairs. I also have a do not buy a mesh chair till you buy this video, which goes through all that in detail. Kind of looking, I had a lot of comments on that video that people were kind of upset with me that I have too many chairs that had a padded seat and a mesh back. And I guess the reason is because those are typically the more comfortable chairs, and I try to get chairs that people would like more so in there. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe in the future I'll do just a straight up all mesh. So mesh seat, mesh backrest, and hopefully you guys would like that, and I won't get so many hate comments on my videos.
There it is. There it is. We had to go deep in the depths of hundreds of chairs to find this chair. Post review. Here it is. She's breathing a little bit hard because she had to go in the depths of hundreds of chairs into our catalog of chairs, and she's gonna pull that footrest out right now because it's S tier material, right? Oh, there it is. And then take that thing and kick it right back. Get right back in that mode. There it is. Yeah. So if you guys are looking for a chair that you want to sleep in, this is it.
And someone asked about the big and tall. This isn't like a big and tall version, correct? It's just they say that in the Amazon listing because they say that it's suitable for big and tall, but this isn't necessarily a big and tall chair.
Oh, there we go. We got a couple Lamias rolling out. Guys, if you just are joining us right now, I dropped an exclusive coupon until 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, so you got 27 minutes left. The outlet Lamias, if we want to drop another link, 25% off Lamia 25. You're talking like $524.99 on Lamias in the outlet. They retail on the site for $819. You're literally saving $300 on a chair that's been returned, gone through, inspected. You get the full warranty.
Yeah, that link just goes to the standard Habata chair. Amazon listings can be weird sometimes. They'll throw information in there to capture a wider audience, maybe for SEO, for search purposes, but it can kind of be confusing. So this isn't a big and tall chair. I could argue that maybe you could use it if you were a tall person. I question whether you could use it as a big person with the framing of the mesh seat. But you can use it if you're shorter because the seat goes low and the seat depth adjustment makes it small. So the biggest problem you're going to have is those arms. The arms don't go super low, which was my main problem with the chair, but a lot of adjustments.
Yeah, and if you're bigger or especially wider, you're probably not going to love those kind of love handle holders that are, because even for me, I felt like I was kind of getting pinched. In a way, it's like comfy. It's like you're getting a hug.
They get wider and narrower.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can adjust them. So if you really want to squeeze in your upper butt, aka your love handles, you can really squeeze in there, right?
This is the first that I'm seeing this pink color. We should have got that one. Man, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah, that would have been perfect in Ryan's office.
Yeah.
A Butte.
Just a Butte, Clark?
Yep.
Really nice. So there you go. I think that chair has got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We're going to just say that.
It has a ton going on.
It's got a ton going on. There's so much stuff happening going on. You know, if we would have just maybe had a little bit less going on, they could have put a base in there that wasn't having to be screwed together and just cut down on some. I mean, there's 476,000 plastic molds on that thing that are unique to that chair. So again, it's going to be,
That's kind of the problem with this chair is they did a lot. We kind of see this trend, right? Because in order to stand out from the crowd, especially if you're going to be jumping into the pool on Amazon, your chair needs to literally stick out just from the picture. So you need to be doing crazy things. You need to be able to advertise crazy things like they're doing. If you click on their Amazon listing, you're going to see they include all the things. It's got 6-dimensional arms, and it's got 85 adjustments. It's for big and tall. It's for short. It's for everyone. And sometimes you lose what's most important, and that's just making something that's comfortable. And I think that they missed the boat on 2 areas, one the seat and then one those arms. Yeah, they're super cool in the way that they adjust. They have the additional adjustment where you can flip it up and make it really nice to use for mobile gaming because you just have your arms propped up. But they kind of missed just making sure that they fit you. And since they don't fit me, they are so tall. I'm saying that I've never had arms that go this tall. It's really tough because you can see that they put a lot of effort into it, a lot of time to create something unique, create something that does have some features that I haven't seen on another chair, like those flaps on the side that they were talking about earlier, like the ability to adjust the back in 3 different zones is really unique. So they did some cool things, but they kind of lost sight of, this is a chair and it still needs to be comfortable and it still needs to have a decent build quality. And one of the complaints that we see about the chair is that it doesn't have the build quality that you'd expect for $700, and one of the examples is something that Greg touched on, which is having to screw the base together, not having a single molded base and having to basically screw the base together from 6 parts. It's something that we usually see on chairs for under $200. So I don't know. if you really, really love a footrest and you really, really love a headrest, it has a decent recline and the adjustment package is unreal. So like for a gamer, a mobile gamer, that type of thing, I could see this being really good. If you have only one chair in your house, like let's say you live in a studio apartment, you've got your bed, you've got your closet, your bathroom, and you only have space for one other chair, I mean, this could be a decent option because it can serve as a recliner with the footrest, and it's got an amazing headrest, and then it can also serve as your office chair. So,
Yeah, like I'm looking at the Colony 5188. That's the other footrest chair that looks really similar to this. Personally, I think the 5188 is the more comfortable chair, but the footrest is not very nice. So if your preference goes to that footrest, then you want to go Habata. They both have pretty nice headrests, in my opinion. Look super similar. Although right now, today, that Atlas is a much better deal, and that's a more comfortable chair overall. It's kind of interesting, like you were talking about, they throw in all these features, yet even though they have all that stuff, the fancy arms, the little love handle holders, all that, I still would say the Colony Atlas that looks much more simple, not as many features, is a much more comfortable chair, and it's actually only half the price right now.
I would argue that every component of the Atlas is more comfortable too.
Yeah.
It has a more comfortable seat. I think that the back is more comfortable. It doesn't have as much going on. Still a lot going on with an adjustable lumbar system and a nice curve with that mesh back. It's not as high tech as the Habata we just looked at, but it's more comfortable. So to me, it's more functional.
Yeah.
And then I also think that the arms are more comfortable because they get into a much better position, and they're just easier to use. They're not massive and huge and gaudy. They don't have the flip up function for the mobile gaming, but I'll take just better all around comfort.
Yeah. I mean, all that said, these are still not chairs I would expect to have for many years, right? So they don't have the premium components like even like the Amiip would have. The Amiip is in that lower price range, but it's going to have the high-end steel case components. So kind of depends what you're looking for. If you want the longevity out of the chair, don't necessarily expect it from the Colony or Habata or even like the cheaper Sihu chairs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're shopping in this kind of price range, anything under $500, your goal should be to get to 5 years. If you make it to 5 years, that's great. At that point, you probably need to replace something, and really, you should only expect 5 years out of the higher price. So the chairs that are closer to $500, like the Vera, I would expect anywhere from 5 to 10 years out of that chair, no problem. A chair like the Kalami Atlas, I'd be happy with anything over 3 years, if I'm being honest, because yes, it has good functionality, good comfort, and we score it very, very highly, mainly because of that price though, guys. It doesn't have the most amazing build quality, similar to the Vera, but I do think the Vera is better built overall. So when we think about the pricing of like the Tacova that we haven't covered yet, we will. It's one of those things where you need to be realistic with how long you think the chair is going to last. You're not getting a steel case chair that has a 12-year warranty on the entire chair. You're getting a limited warranty with language in there that helps to protect the manufacturer. So for instance, when we look at the Eurotech warranty for a $500 chair, they're going to have clauses in there where you can only use it 40 hours a week. It's going to be 5 years on the upholstery and foam instead of a lifetime on the frame. So there's going to be limitations, and we see that on the lower priced chairs especially. So that's why you need to kind of gauge your expectations. So the Atlas, anything over 3 years, your money. A $500 chair like the Vera, 5 to 7 years, you're good. And that's why chairs like Robert said, like the Amiip that we're selling, or the really discounted Lamia, the refurbished Leap chair where you can get it for, between $200 and $600 with a 12-year warranty, is just a really good value because it kind of sets it apart. So you're not only getting that good build quality that's going to be better than those other chairs because it's a steel case chair, but you also just get longer coverage period. So it brings the per year cost way down, right? Because if we think about a Vera and you're buying it for the normal price of $469 and you want to get 5 years out of it, you're paying almost $100 a year. If we look at that Amiip, that's, what was it, $260? How much is the Amiip?
With the discount, $293.30.
$293, so $300.
If you
and
get
it's
just
a 12-year
non-green
warranty.
version.
A 12-year warranty. So $30 a year.
Guys, like the greener option, just so we're clear, like those pads that come out on the greener option, if you want to save even more money, they look like they're new. right? Like they're wiped down, they're perfectly clean, everything's sanitized, and then you're reusing an OEM cylinder from Steelcase. So we get chairs in all the time. I mean, we're bringing thousands and thousands of chairs every year, and we've been getting a lot of newer chairs, so chairs that are 14, 15, 16, 17s. And so when it goes through the refurbish process, it's going to get a new cylinder regardless. If you wanted a new cylinder, that chair is getting a new cylinder. So we keep the old cylinder, which isn't that old. And again, Steelcase makes excellent parts, and it gets the same warranty on it. So it's still 12 years on that used cylinder. You just save a ton of money. We call it the greener option because we're able to reuse more of the chair essentially.
Thank you so much for the purchase, Trey. You're going to love it. I promise you. Super, super good value.
Yeah.
Alex, just make sure that you're using soft casters on the tile and you'll be good. As long as they're soft, they got a layer of PU or they're the rollerblade type, you'll be fine.
Ooh, don't forget, guys, you got 18 minutes. We got these Lamia outlets are rolling in, guys. They are rolling in. Make sure if you want to get your saving, it's $175 is what the coupon tags off the $699.99 price. So that's off an already discounted price. It's $300 off the full-blown like refurb, which is crazy because if we didn't tell you that this was in the outlet, you would have no idea. You can't discern them between the refurbished chair and the one that's in the outlet. That's how clean they are. They look exactly the same. You literally just had someone sit in it for 5, 10, 15 days maybe, up to 30 days.
Yeah.
Really? All right, what do we got on Amazon? What's another banging deal on Amazon right now? We got a lot of people in here that want to know what's the deal.
Yeah, there is a ton of stuff happening. So just decide what direction we want to go. So a couple things like some products I really like that we've brought in for our accessory videos. We have, I think, Francis, we got that little anchor thing, the little ball. That's just trying to find the link for that one. It's escaping me right now. So this is MagGo. It's the MagGo charger. If someone wants to find that on our list. So this is kind of a fun little charging piece you can put on your desk. These do go on sale occasionally, but it has a good big deal today. So it has the front little magnetic pad that you can stick your phone on to charge, and then all these ports in the back. So this has been in one of my cable management videos because I always like when we can have products that simplify your cables. Now you will have cables coming off the back of this thing, which can be a little bit ugly at times if you don't manage it carefully, but if you're able to kind of push it to the back of your desk, have the cables go on down, it is pretty nice. I know a lot of people are using a phone or a tablet while they're working at their desk quite a bit, and over time, of course, those are gonna die. So, yeah.
We don't know what that is on the list.
All right.
Just to answer a couple quick questions while they're looking for that, the Lamia chair doesn't ship fully assembled, but it's very simple to assemble. I mean, these chairs, the ones that come from us are really easy to assemble. You have a base with casters already in it. You set it on the ground. You have a cylinder. If it's a Leap chair, it's going to have a tabbed cylinder, which you just need to align with the height adjustment lever. If it's an AMEP chair or an AMIA chair, it's going to just be just a regular cylinder. You don't have to be directional with it at all. Anything that's a Lamia or a Leap, you just want to make sure there's a little sticker on there. You'll know exactly where to line the tab up. You just set the chair onto it, and that's it. You're done. But you have to make sure that you take the tab and align it to the seat height adjustment lever. That is all you have to do. If you do that, it's going to work right out of the box. Some people ask questions from Europe, want to know, again, what's the best buy for $1,000? The hardest thing, guys, for us with being in the United States is that we can't know what you guys all have, just like you can't know what we have or access to it. We just don't have access to a lot of the big brands. Like Flock has a ton of stuff over there that we just don't have access to. While we'd love to learn more about it and be able to help more, it's just simply not available here in our market. And so all we can recommend is U.S. manufacturers. And again, those prices, the options are going to be limited and sometimes more expensive. So if you're looking at a chair under $1,000, pretty much the same stuff is going to apply. We'd always look at like a Steelcase Mia chair. If you have one in your market, we'd highly recommend that out of the box. It's going to work great for most people. If you have like a Zodi chair from Hayworth, that's going to be another great option. And depending on what you have from Herman Miller, it's going to be somewhat limited at $1,000. I think maybe like a sale. But again, I think the sale is going to be a tier down for sure from like an Amia or a Zodi chair, in my opinion, as far as like what that chair brings from a build quality and just overall chair in general. That's just how I kind of feel about it.
So we had a question, what's the difference between the logwood upholstery and the black onyx upholstery, which is a very good question. We recently added a new upholstery to our selection. We're going to slowly be transitioning to that one as our main upholstery. So the onyx upholstery that we've used for the whole time is a very, very durable. Like, that's the main thing about it. When we measure durability in a fabric, we measure it by a double rub, and it's basically simulating rubbing it one time one direction, the other way back. And so the products that we were selling consistently had over 200,000 double rub rating. So super, super durable.
250 to be exact.
Right,
That's
a quarter
big number.
million. And so that's something that we sold a lot into healthcare facilities just because it holds up amazingly and it's a good quality fabric. Now, the downside with it is that it's not quite as soft as some of the other fabrics, and so it can be a little bit coarser than some people liked when they bought the chair. And so we found another fabric that still has twice the double rub rating of a standard steel case fabric. So this new fabric that we have, the logwood, has 100,000 double rubs. So really, really durable still, but it's softer. It just feels better on the touch. It's a little bit stretchier. So it's easier to basically reupholster the chairs because it stretches more. It keeps the shape of the cushion more true to what Steelcase offers, and then it's just more comfortable because it's softer on your skin, and it's just softer in general. So that's why we made the switch. It's basically just a trade-off from sacrificing a little durability, but still keeping something that's really high quality for a little bit more comfort.
Yeah, it's a little bit stretchier material. I mean, you can tell, like, you can just see it's just a little bit more flexible, too, so you can get into that cushion a little bit differently. But the core stuff is still really, really good. Honestly, it's very few complaints. We just wanted to we're always looking to improve the chair. So, guys, in 12 minutes, again, that Lamia outlet deal is going to end. So it's Lamia 25, guys. You're going to get 25% off the ones that are remaining in the outlet. Grab that up while it's still available. And then someone asked in there, what's the code for AMEEPs? Again, AMEEP 30. I think I put the wrong code in there. AMEEP 30. That's why I shouldn't be putting the codes in. My mistake on that. 30% off all of the AMEEPs that are refurbished. So if you want to get one that no one sat in, right, since it's been refurbished, grab those up for AMEEP 30, and you're going to get it down to $295. Or what is with the greener option? Anybody know offhand? I'm going to find it.
The AMEEP for under $300 is without question the best deal on the internet for an office chair. Without question. You're getting an AMIA chair with a Leap seat. And I know that both of these guys would disagree with me on this, but I think that it's an upgrade to the AMIA. By putting the Leap seat on the AMIA, it's an upgrade. It's really, really hard for these guys to argue against me on that because the Leap costs more than the AMIA. The Leap is an upgrade to the AMIA. Everything about the Leap was meant to be an upgrade to the AMIA. So taking a component from the Leap and putting it on an AMIA is an automatic upgrade. Now, I get the argument that the AMIA feels a little bit flatter, the cushion might feel a little bit softer because of that, better for people with tailbone issues, but I love the Leap seat. It's super, super flexible. I think it has a lot of cush. I don't like the flatter design of the AMIA as opposed to the little contour that you get with the Leap. So for me, the AMEEP is an incredible chair for $300. It's an upgraded AMIA, and I already rank the AMIA as an A-tier chair for $1,000. So I recommend the AMIA for $1,000 all day long, and in my opinion, you're getting an upgraded AMIA for $300. This is, without question, the best deal on the internet, and you're still getting 12 years of warranty coverage. So you don't have to worry about it breaking down and you not having a chair that's working. We're going to honor the warranty. So,
And there was a question of MEEP for 6'2". I am 6'2", and that's fine. I think that's probably getting
right around
to
the
the
edge.
border.
6'2",
Yeah, 'cause
6'3" for if you're.
yeah, just the backrest height will start to get a little short if you're over that. But personally, at 6'2", I don't have any issue with it. But I can see that I'm probably getting close. I also am a very long-legged 6'2", shorter torso, so that just for reference. But, just want a quick wrap up. We were talking about that Anchor thing. I did drop the link in there, and that deal was it $55, which when we got it, I paid $100. So that is a really legitimate, very good deal today. So that's that little Anchor ball thing.
Do we have that North Bayou monitor up right now? Is that on one of the desks?
Oh,
We can just show it. Just show it. This thing is crazy, guys. It's $23.92 right now. So if you're looking for a single monitor arm that's going to be able to support, 4.4 to 19.8 pounds, that's pretty crazy, to be honest. And these little monitor arms, I mean, would I be putting a multi-$1,000 monitor on there? No, but it's not going to support it anyways. If you're looking for something that's going to work, I mean, we have that up over on John's desk. We've got some North Bayou stuff.
Yeah.
A good buy for sure for $23.92 right now.
Is this the one that like opened up and cut your
No.
face? Okay, I was gonna
No.
say. Which
That was a
more
real-
of
that was
kind
a
of
real
user
cheap-
error anyway.
Yeah, that was a real cheap one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're looking for monitor arms, you guys love watching the content that we've got on monitor arms. This is going to be, of course, this is going to be your entry level product for a lot of people. Though this is going to be more than adequate for like 24-inch monitors. If you want to rock two of them, you can get their dual arm. But this single arm right now, just check your weight of your monitor and your size, and you should be able to make it work.
We are in
Oh
Wisconsin.
yeah, that's a little confusing, Harry. The 30% off is on the regular AMEEP, not the outlet AMEEP, because then we'd be selling them for like $150
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, but you're gonna get that sub $300 price on a non-outlet AMEEP, so you're still gonna have the opportunity to return it if you don't like it. So just like every other refurbished chair, 30% off, under $300, 12-year warranty, free returns, incredible value.
Oh, we got a Wisconsinite looking at it. That's awesome. Is that who it is?
Michael, no, that's someone different. Michael, we do kind of do brick and mortar sales, really by appointment only. We don't have a storefront, so we're not really set up for foot traffic just to come in. But if you want to come in and see some chairs, you can certainly reach out to our sales team, and Kent can set up an appointment, and he'll run you through whatever chairs that you want to see.
You're just going to miss out on that 30% off because I see you in there
It's
right
true.
now. I see you taking a peek at it. If you go with the greener option, that thing is going to be an awesome deal. The greener option is $265.99 on that. So massive, massive savings, guys. All right, so we got that monitor arm. You guys were looking at the monitor arms. If you're looking at monitor arms, that's a great deal. Was there any deals on any of the Ergotron stuff?
There's not. I was just going to say that right now there's a lot of deals on some of the cheaper monitor arms, but not really the premium ones. I didn't see any on the not the big deal days. They might have a small percentage off on some of them, but unfortunately not the big percentage off on Ergotron. And I think, really we were just talking about this in the studio the other day. We were talking about monitor arms and how a lot of the ones like the North Bayou or the Wano or some of those are Vivo, all these brands.
Is it Wano or is it Huano?
Wano? I don't know.
Is it Huano?
What if it's Wano?
That's what
That's
he said.
how I said it, yeah.
Well.
Feels right. But either way,
Feels
whichever
right.
way you want to say it, a lot of these are great. The reason to step up into the more premium ones, in my opinion, is if you're going to feel like you're going to move them around a lot, or like Greg said, if you have a really heavy monitor, then you want to go with the more expensive ones. But, like I'm looking straight, I can see John where he's got his setup. He's got two 27s, I think, with those Wano arms, or is that the North? That's the Wano dual arms, and I mean, they work great. He probably never has moved those monitors and doesn't need to, and he's got them perfectly set up how he wants. So,
Little does he know that last week when we shot a video, I moved the monitors.
okay. But
And they
apparently
moved
got 'em
with
back in
ease.
place.
They moved with ease with the Huanos.
Yeah. But like if you're like consistently, like I think of like someone working at a car dealership and they're always turning their monitor around to show someone, oh, let me share my screen here. Like if you're constantly doing stuff like that, or you're in an office where people come into your office and you want to turn your monitor and show them, oh, here it is, and then you want to bring it right back. If I was doing that all the time, I'd probably want to spend more to get a really premium one. Or like I said, if you have really heavy monitors and you want to make sure that they always stay in the exact spot, then it's probably worth going up to
This
that
would fall
Ergotron.
into like the category, I would assume, for you, just set it, forget it.
Yeah. I mean, for years I had and this is a deal. I can find this on the list here too.
Wait. Before you go,
Okay.
there's only 4 minutes left, guys,
Oh, all right.
for the Lumia at 25% off in the outlet. So I'm sorry that I had to cut off Robert on that, but there's 4 minutes left. This coupon's going away, guys. If you want to get the Lumia in the outlet,
You
You're-
can see them going off the shelf. The orders are going through. I don't know. I wonder
100%.
how many we have left. We're got to be getting down there.
They're moving quick. So Lamia 25. If you go on the outlet, you're going to get the Lamia chair for 25% off. If you don't grab it now, and there's some left, it's just going to go back down to the 20% discount. So you can save another $35 if you want to. If you guys like to pay more, then you can just wait. There's no headrest on an Ameep. Sorry, Robert. Go ahead.
No
Wait, is the
headrest.
Ameep 30 for 4 more minutes or just the Lamia?
Lamia is 30. Ameep is 30% off for the entire stream.
Okay.
So, guys, you can grab those up the whole stream. Grab them up, though, because once the stream is done, that coupon goes away. Same thing if you guys, we haven't said it for a long time, 15% off on everything at btod.com right now, and that is only on stream. If you guys go to the website, you can see everybody else who doesn't hang with us in the stream is paying or getting 10%. So it's a significant discount. We talked a lot about it. We also sent that out early in email, so if you guys want to get in our email list, if you're not already in there, sign up to email. We offered that yesterday, so 24 hours in advance. That's important because we sold out of a bunch of those outlets. So people were getting things that you guys don't even see right now because they're now gone. So again, get in the email list if you're not already. A lot of you guys are. The incentive is that we're going to send you kick butt deals, guys. Kick butt. I can't say what I want to say. Kick butt deals.
There's not a headrest for the Ameep. If you have to absolutely 100% have to have a headrest and you're in that sub $300 price range, I would recommend the Kalami Atlas. On super special right now for around $220, and it has a pretty good headrest.
Yes. So just finish what
Trucker chair.
I was saying there. So we have what I was saying is that for years I had like what I think it was called the Wally, and
I forgot that we were in the middle of a story that you were telling.
Okay.
And
not
we
like-
he's never going to get to say it. 'cause
Try,
we-
try to give people their monitor arm info here.
Yeah.
So
Drop this info. We will leave
Back
you
to the
alone.
North Bayou.
But don't
Okay.
forget 2 minutes on Lamia 25.
So for years, I had like basically the cheapest dual monitor arm setup you can get, which is this Wally. I just posted the link. It's like $30, and it was fine. It's not the prettiest cable management. Doesn't really look that nice, but definitely set it and forget it. You don't want to have to move these. Was it Cam? Someone just asked about favorite dual monitor arms. Now my favorite would probably be like one of these Ergotron that are really nice.
Human scale.
Human scale. They're really nice looking. Again, those no deals though, unfortunately. But these Wano Dual, I think, would definitely be up there, and they have a really good deal. I'm dropping that link right now. So they're similar, where they have the what do they call, hydraulic, or what kind of lift system?
Either gas or
lift,
spring, yeah.
gas or spring lift.
Both.
So they move nice and smooth, but again, not going to have the nice, the same cable management and smooth adjustments as some of the higher end. But I think the Wano Dual would definitely be a
Juano? Did you just say it, name it differently?
Wano Dual would be a definite
Getting mullet requests from
recommendation.
the audience,
Yeah,
folks.
they must not have been here in the beginning. We already had the mullet shot early, but
Stick
Show
around.
one.
The mullet shot will come in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the biggest deal of the day.
We're going to do a mullet countdown. The only people that get to see the mullet that are the people that bought an Ameep for 30% off.
We're doing a private showing of the mullet.
Private, yep. You'll get a private invite to a private stream, and we'll unveil this mullet. Disregard everything I just said. Someone's going to clip that. That's not a real thing. There's no private stream.
I can release my mullet, but it's undercover, just wearing a hat. Moulets are big. It's Moulet Rouge around here, guys. Make sure you're taking advantage of that deal. All right, so it is 11 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock, guys. If you didn't get your Lamia for 25% off, you missed out. You absolutely missed out. All right, what else we got on this Amazon stuff, man? There's some crazy deals.
Let's
what
talk
about
about
those
a chair.
lights? Okay. Yep. I said light, you said chair. Ryan,
Well,
let's
I
do a
see-
desk. No, I'm just kidding. So chair, what other chairs we have? So we have the Sihu chair. I don't think we really talked about that one yet.
We didn't.
We got a lot of mesh chairs.
$120 coupon on the Sihu chair.
Yes, so that
Wow.
brings it down to $679. Sorry, I'm blanking as I talk. So we can drop that link. This is the Doro S300.
This is another chair that kind of followed that Habata model of really doing a lot, but not nearly as much as the Habata.
Yeah, and I feel like they didn't go quite as all in as the Habata. Like Habata went like crazy with those arms. So the Sihu has a little more fancy arms. Francis, are we over to her yet? Francis is going to model, yeah, there we go, how these arms look. They have tons of adjustments, like kind of weird. Like I can't really imagine actually using all those personally, but maybe if you're console gaming or you're using your phone a lot. But aside from some of those odd features, this does have a really nice feeling backrest. It's unique. It has these dual, I don't even know how to describe them, dual floating kind of pads that have the little spring system.
It's
So
not
you
like a
gotta-
love handle hugger, though.
No, exactly.
It's just
yeah.
good back support.
So they kind of move with you as you move around in the chair. They take a while to get used to. Like I brought this chair home and tested it for, I don't know, a couple weeks or something. And it took me a while to get used to that. But they do feel pretty nice once you kind of stop thinking about it in a way. Because at first you're kind of like, you can't like stop wondering what's happening with those. But as once you kind of get used to it, it's nice. I do really like how, we've talked in the stream, people have asked about headrests for taller. This does go pretty high because you can raise that backrest up, backrest up, which essentially turns into a headrest, not your rest your head into headrest, but more of a one that fits into the curve of your neck, kind of like similar to a Cosm type style. It does feel really nice. Mesh headrests for me do usually feel good because you can kind of move around, and just so long as they don't pull on your hair, which happens on some of them. But yeah, any thoughts? I'm rambling now.
Unfortunately, this is another one of those quite expensive imported products, and I believe that they went with the old 6-piece base, if I remember correctly.
I can see the screws right from here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can see the screws underneath the base. So this is another one of those examples. You can see kind of the casters are a little bit small, a little bit cheap. So they definitely cheaped out in some areas to go hard in other areas. So you're going to get that really intricate backrest with what Greg touched on with the other chair, where you have a ton of molds that are specific to this chair, which kind of makes it expensive. You've got all that chrome on there, and you do have a nice armrest package. I do question some of the components and the build quality, but it is a super, super unique chair. And I will say that the mesh seat isn't horrible. It's almost like a little bit of a like a padding to it. Usually I think all mesh seats are horrible. So when I say that a mesh seat
right
isn't
there.
horrible,
Yeah.
that means that it's probably good for people that like mesh seats.
Right.
So
Yeah, it does have it's like they really try to copy the Aeron. It looks like especially when you look at the seat, very similar. I did a video on this not too long ago, so if you want to watch that, I do a lot of side-by-side comparisons with the Aeron. It has those bolsters that come up on the side, which I almost wonder why they do it. It almost looks like they didn't need to do that, but it does kind of cup you in the seat so you can't move around a ton. But again, this is so typical of mesh chairs. A lot of them have that, so it's not like super unusual there. But it does have a nice waterfall front, so you don't get kind of that weird pinching feeling in the front of the seat. So, but like we always say, if you got to be okay with a mesh seat, and they can be rather polarizing.
All right, I'm gonna drop another deal because I'm just sitting here wanting to see if I can rattle Ryan a little bit. See if I can get him all fired up on some of these non-approved Ryan deals. We've got, it looks like there's not a lot of these left. There's only, there's 2 of them. So speaking of mesh chairs, we have 5 actually. There's 5 mesh ErgoHuman Gen 2 chairs. And we're going to drop a coupon on these for the next 20 minutes. It's ErgoHuman 25. They're going to normally retail for, what do they retail for? Like $911?
$911. Yep.
well, yeah, that's like the normal price. The list price is like $2,000.
So with the ErgoHuman 25 coupon, you're going to get these for $512.99. $512.99 out of the outlet. So go in the outlet. There's 5 of them right now. There's 2 available in the black mesh, and then 3 available in the gray. The gray is super cool. You can get that all the way down to $512.99. Normally in the outlet it's $683.99. Now it's going to be $512.99, and it's $911.99 retail.
This is a crazy deal, I
Yeah.
will say. I mean, I really like this chair a lot. If you are looking for all mesh, I'm kind of sorry, I'm keep taking over when we talk about these mesh chairs because I probably like them a little more than the other guys. But
This is my A tier. This is my A
Yeah,
tier.
yeah.
This is an A tier mesh chair. This is one of a couple of chairs that I'll
Yeah.
sit in that's mesh.
yeah, so
guys,
this,
listen, we are losing hundreds of dollars every time you buy one of these chairs. This is one of those where
See, I
I
got
don't
him.
even know if I want to be selling these chairs. Like, if I'm going through the numbers in my head, and every time we sell one of these, we just go in the negative.
That's right. So we're gonna.
I mean, yes, we're getting cash, but less. This is the opposite of.
This is a good.
So,
This is a
go
good
quick.
business decision. We're rolling out 25% on the Ergo Human. All right, what else we got on that Amazon stuff that you want to show? You got so many good little accessories. What's
Yeah.
that little clock back there that we show?
Oh, the Times Gate. You
Yeah.
mean the real fancy
Oh, I've never
cyber
seen
clock?
that one.
Yeah, show
the
show
one?
that, Colton.
Oh no, sorry. That's the.
It's like Battleship.
That's a different one. That's the.
You don't need Francis for this. Just roll right in there.
Look at. I love how the chat enjoys that I get rattled because we lose money selling things.
That's why we do it, guys.
You guys are being kind of jerks about
What
this.
is to think or not? Are we going back to this again? I'm just an average Wisconsin male. So
Peter, we usually try to live stream when there's some type of deal or special going on, or if B Todd has some crazy promotion that we're running on some of our products. So I don't know, once every couple months usually we stream.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we've had 3 or 4 of them this year.
Yeah, we're kind of ramping up now too as we get closer to. We'll do Cyber Week, Black Friday, and then usually we do another one kind of before Christmas, right in the holiday season. So we'll have a lot coming up.
this is a crazy clock right here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just let your mind get warped as you think about how it's gonna tell the time for every single different version of time.
I can't even understand how it works.
Working on getting the deal on this one. I was ready for a different one.
What is the deal on this one right now?
Francis, do you remember what that thing is called?
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. Yeah, it is definitely unique. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
we
that's
have
a sharper image.
We literally have so much on our sheet that $28.99. All right. So it is definitely a unique thing. It kind of looks better when your lighting is a little lower because then it really shines cool and just changes. The only thing I didn't love about it is you can't necessarily use it for exactly accurate because it's only within 5 minutes or whatever. But
Well, there you
it's
go.
22, but
Hey,
it's still
Sherry just said that you need to ramp it up.
really what if she.
She's in the stream.
Wow.
What are we ramping
Did you
up?
put a boat after it?
She did. She put a boat after it. You need to ramp this up, Robert.
Wow, she wants to. It's way too cold to
Mrs.
go boating.
Greeby is currently in stream heckling her husband, which I love so much.
The ramp it up is a central Wisconsin reference. If you guys remember what the ramp it
Oh,
up.
I've got a deck of
was,
cards
but-
from him.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, boat guy.
But yeah, we will ramp it up. We'll ramp it up with more deals. So let's bring out that.
You're not going to tell him what the story was?
Yeah, I want to know that. I'm not. I
The
don't
guy,
know the
there's
story.
a gentleman.
wait,
I
he's
didn't grow
no
up in
lo- he's
Wisconsin,
no
so I'm
longer-
not in on this.
He's no longer with us. No, he's been since you've been here.
What?
And he was by the boat landing, and one day he just decided that he was going to ramp it up. So he
Oh,
took
that
it
guy.
full loop,
I do
and he came
remember
in
this.
full
Yeah.
speed up on the boat
I
landing.
thought this was like a big thing in all of Wisconsin. This is just
Nice.
literally where we live. In
Yeah,
the
it's
town
pretty-
we live in, it wasn't.
Pretty big deal. Don't let Ryan underplay this thing.
It was like he was trying to.
he
It was
Legit-
alcohol induced.
No.
Well, no.
Turns out he was sober as ever. He ramped it up, right up on the ramp.
A
That's
boat
why-
landing, guys. He drove his boat up a boat landing and launched it over a truck and then landed it on another.
That's not how that story went, but I like that version
It's
a lot
the best
better.
version.
Yeah. He just sailed it right up on the shore, and then he basically got out with his cooler, which only had
And then
soda
walked
pops
home.
on it, and then he just left the boat there and went home.
And his house was in view of the boat landing.
Correct. So there you go. Ramp it
There's
up.
a good chance that the
Best
sheriff
story
just came
ever.
down and picked him up on his dock.
I actually do believe that's how it worked. So anyways, we don't have a coupon code for that. All right. Don't forget, guys, we've got...
Next coupon code is going to be ramp it up.
Yeah, we've got just a few of these Ergo Humans left, guys. Grab these up. Ergo Human 25 in the outlet. Again, you're going to get it all the way from $911.99 for the new ones down to a return to $512.99. We've got 5 of those in mesh available. I believe that. I don't know if anything's come through yet. I didn't see anything come through. One of them came through.
What are you looking for a code on? Blur. What is that?
I think
Blur
he wants a
Gaming
code
Network?
for the ramp it up,
Oh,
Wait, no code?
but we didn't do a code for ramp it up. So we were talking about clocks. I think another cool clock, if you want a different option, is our Times Gate clock. I know we had that one readily accessible if you want another Amazon deal for today. So this is more of a like a cyber, would you call it a cyber punk effect on this clock? So kind of a cool, if you like that style, excuse me, has all these different functions where you can put little kind of like widgets inside of each of the little screen. So just another option. I'm working on getting you guys the link on that one. The Times Gate, here it is. So it's typically $150 right now. Big deal is $120 plus another 20% off. So this one we featured in a video in the past, one of my accessories videos. So big deal for that today.
What is the price on it?
It is, well, it's $120 and then another 20% off of that.
Nice. And you can put little
Dropping a
tiny
link right
pictures
now.
in that, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can do your own pictures. I don't know if we actually tested out do we put our own picture in there? You can, but
I think we put
Yeah.
a picture of our team in there, didn't we? Yeah.
just all mullet pictures.
Just different action shots of the Moulay. For the Moulay Rouge.
Oh yeah, there it is, the Divoom Times Gate. Thank you, Taylor.
Super excited about that.
Yeah, is that just old Apple Watch faces? Jarethan has a point here. He's got Jarethan has me really staring deep into this thing here.
Get a little closer so we can validate this.
Yeah,
Colton.
zoom in on that thing. We need to see if Jarethan is onto something.
Those are not Apple Watch faces refurbished.
Might be. I preferred
man.
kind of using, they have like set presets for the, like does all 5 screens together rather than like customizing. Because if you customize each screen on its own, it's really hard to get them to match. There it is.
No, guys, those are clearly not watch faces, maybe.
Maybe, did you say? We're not positive.
I always wondered where my watch face went when I returned my watch.
Robert's kitchen chair on the clock.
Oh, where's our we have a chair in the is it here?
Oh, that chair. Yeah, we
bring
do have
it in.
That one's going to be in the depths of the back.
We
probably,
have Francis will be back in 26 minutes. Good luck finding this chair. This is a new what? Well, you can help, but then the live stream's just no one's there
No one is
watching it.
piloting the live stream right now. John is not in the seat.
I mean, there's literally, I don't know if you guys realize this. We've shown pictures kind of before of what our like side room looks full of chairs. This behind us is our storage area. I mean, how many chairs are back there?
Hundreds.
It's crazy. That's why when we say like pick some random chair, they have to go like sort through all the rows of chairs to try to find what we're looking
I
for.
counted because when we moved all of them to set up our little second studio here, I counted, and all of the chairs that were good and useful, not the ones that I wanted to throw away because they were broken or whatever, I got to 183.
Yeah. And that's not including like all the ones that are probably out in use here in our conference room, the people sitting in customer service, all that stuff. It's
There's a
crazy.
new coupon code that just dropped.
Wow, look at this unit. This is the classic wooden banker's chair.
Yeah, we've got ourselves 101 here, and this is going to go to the highest bidder today. I'm just kidding. This can't leave the office. This is a new staple, and this is going to be in your very next tier list. This is Robert's Kitchen chair on steroids, okay?
I mean, it
If you
has
were
adjustments.
banking in the 90s, this is what you were sitting in.
Multiple adjustments on this chair. You can lock the recline, and it has 3 adjustments, I believe. You can lock the recline, you have seat height, and you have recline tension underneath there. I didn't even realize it had that until right now that I can see it. Comfort is just incredible on this.
One announcement that I do need to make is that even though we are
serious?
offering these crazy discounts on the Ameep and the Lamia, the number one selling chair right now out of the outlet is our Leap. And we don't have a ton of them, and we haven't talked about the outlet Leap at all in this stream, but us sending you to there because these other 2 chairs is causing us to sell a lot of Leap. So if you're on the fence about getting a Leap outlet, you're going to need to buy it soon because we're literally going to run out. I can see them adjusting the quantity like every other second. They're changing it. So if you need a Leap chair, hop on it right now.
If you don't need a Leap chair and you need something closer to this kick-ass kitchen chair, you're going to need to get your bid in soon. So let's just start putting bids out there. I just want to see what this could potentially go for.
I love Cam's suggestion. We actually have already been working on something very similar to that, getting some some merch stickers with the kitchen chair on it. So
Yeah, and we can't talk about the best one. There's one that's going to
Oh, yeah.
drop for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's actually Cyber Monday. We've got the merch that's going to drop. You guys, I'm telling you, it is A++++. It
Colton
is-
right now is trying to decide whether or not he wants to wheel this one home in exchange for his Anthros. It's just got that deep, smooth recline.
All right, so we got about, I don't know what it is. Did I say 3 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes left. If you guys want to get that Gen 2, we've sold a couple of those, so I think there's 3 left. They're going to be of both colors, so if you guys want to grab that up, Ergohuman 25, and you're going to be able to get the Ergohuman mesh chair all the way down to $512.99. I think it was what it is. I have to look at my list. $512.99. So guys, grab that up.
I feel like we didn't even really talk too much about this chair yet, but this is just some of the improvements that they made from the previous one. So we get, it's just the truth. We get some hate when we rank our own products high, correct? So when we had the original Gen 1 mesh Ergohuman, you probably have noticed we don't really talk about it as much because we didn't really like that chair that much. Now, with the updated Gen 2 version, this chair is way better, and now has been brought into my like mesh chair recommendations as a chair I'd pick because they fixed so many of the issues that they had. The mesh seat is way better. It's a flatter design. It has a better front edge. The backrest is better. It doesn't have as much separation between the lower lumbar and the upper portion of the backrest. The arm pads are just
Way better.
I mean, the older Ergohuman ones weren't necessarily bad. They
Like
just
first generation.
but the new ones are just like they're in Aeron level padding, like comfort.
Softness.
They,
Squish.
the adjustments aren't, in my opinion, aren't quite Aeron level. But again, this chair costs half as much, so super comfortable. Again, this is why it's finally like comes up as a chair that we'd really recommend. Is because this remastered essentially version of it is a lot of improvements. So
And another
really like
thing
this
on that point of Robert bringing up the fact that sometimes viewers get irritated with us ranking our stuff high. Guys, we are an office furniture company that focuses on ergonomics. We've been in business for 20 years. Do you think that it would be out of character for us to be promoting a chair that we rank as D or F tier? It wouldn't make any sense for us to bring in a chair that we want to potentially sell, decide that it's D or F tier, and then throw it on our site. That doesn't make any sense. It goes against what we're doing. We bring in chairs to find good chairs, which then we go out and try to sell. So, yeah, most of the chairs that we sell are going to fall in that A, B tier, maybe C tier if they're the lower priced chairs. And then when chairs become outdated, like that Ergohuman, then it's slowly going to slide down because compared to all of the other chairs that are coming out, it's going to go from a B and then it slid down to a C. And then as soon as they update it, they fix all the issues we've been talking about for, 7 years at this point, and boom, it goes back up to an A-tier chair. So it's kind of the cycle of chairs, but I mean, the reason you're not going to see a B-Todd branded chair in the D or F tier is because we don't want to sell that. So
yeah, and that's why we've stopped selling certain products because it's like, well, if we can't back it and recommend it, like the Aeron Classic, for example, we always had a hard time selling that because it was
We
didn't
actually
necessarily
didn't
like
have a
it.
hard time selling.
Yeah,
they
yeah, good
sold
point.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
but they got returned at a high rate because they're shit,
Yeah.
just like we said they were. Hopefully I got bleeped out.
Yeah. So we're like, well, let's just stop selling this. If we can't even say we love it, then why would we be putting this into people's hands only to have them say, well, this actually isn't very comfortable. But everyone wanted an Aeron Classic, so we thought we'd help you out, and not anymore. We'll help you out by getting you into a chair that actually is really comfortable.
We did you a disservice. All right, Ergohumans, 25% coupon code. It's done. But like Ryan said, I'm going to ramp this up. Ryan said that they're selling, the Leaps are selling quick. He actually wasn't wrong. They are selling quick. He's looking at the same list I am right now. We're going to do something a little bit crazy. We're going to do a 25% off coupon on those in the outlet as well. Leap 25, but we're going to run it till 12. So if you guys are looking at the Leaps right now in the outlet, you can get them for 25% off. It's a 40-minute
we didn't even
deal.
need to do that, guys. We were selling them out the door at a 20% discount, and he just gave you a 25% discount for no reason. They were going to sell out in like the next 2 hours anyway.
Got him. All right, so keep going on, keep going on. What
I
do we
see
got?
some people snuck in. There was a nice Ergohuman right before that timed out. So
Yep.
congrats to that person that got that Ergohuman 25% off.
Only an hour, though, guys. Only an hour. 40 minutes at the end of the hour. Sorry, 12 p.m. CST.
Did someone do a swear?
Someone swore, yeah, a little bitty swear. Itty bitty bitty bitty. What do you got over there? What else you got that we want to take a peek at? What is that? Is that little wrist pad part of any kind of deal?
Yeah.
Well,
What's that?
yeah, it is.
Let me see that
So-
wrist pad up close.
Okay.
All right, we got a discounted clock.
The Battleship
discounted
clock.
clock. We're selling this clock here for 50% off. Sharper image.
All right. Do we remember what that one's called again, Francis? That is the. Again, we got so much on our list that we got to search for what it is. This wrist. It's a wrist rest, right? So for a keyboard, I use this daily. So this is literally, I grab this. Are we on that now in the video? Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Aothea. This is my daily setup. That's actually my keyboard from home.
We actually physically brought your entire setup from home.
Yeah. Well, that would be difficult, but
That's disappointing that you weren't willing to commit, but you won't even bring the wooden kitchen chair anymore. So
I'm
why would you
afraid
bring
I
your
won't
desk?
be able to bring it back home if I ever bring it in here. So, yeah. But this wrist rest, I actually did test out the Keychron one, but I liked this Aothea one better. The Keychron one, I thought it actually wasn't as smooth. Like it didn't really feel as nice on my wrist. So I preferred this Aothea. It doesn't line up, if you can kind of see, it doesn't line up exactly perfect with the Keychron. This is the Keychron K4, I believe. But it still looks nice. It's close enough. So, all right, just getting that link for you now.
Those Leaps are $395.99 with that 25% off coupon. The Leap 25.
Ryan was so upset, and
He's just
walked
left.
out.
He left
So-
because he's so mad at me.
So yeah, Taylor dropped the. Looks like we have the desk pad, which is also a good deal. I'm going to drop the wrist rest here. So we have a couple different Aothea things going on, but again, that wrist rest, it just gets you up a little higher. Those Keychrons are a taller keyboard, so for me, I never use a keyboard tray. I like to just set it right on the desk, but that wrist rest gets it up a little bit higher. So I really like that. It's about $20 today, so a little deal on that. The desk pad now, these are, I don't know if we have that exact one out there. Yeah, it's a light brown. So I'll be honest, I did a video on desk pads a while back, these PU desk pads, and it's really hard to tell the difference between any of them. I did a whole bunch of testing on it. I know John, I can see he's got a gray one there. Oh, okay, so Francis
everywhere.
has the brown one. I have a nodal, starts with a K, nodal, I'll call it. That's what I use at home. They're almost indistinguishable from each other. But so really what I would do is I would just probably find the one that you like the color of, like the size, so be very careful to check the size. What I would recommend is literally grab a tape measure, put it on your desk, and measure out exactly how big it's going to be, because I wouldn't trust the pictures too much that they show you on Amazon, because you don't always know what size picture they're showing and how big their products are and all that stuff. So take a tape measure, measure it out. Like I'm looking at the 31 by 15 for $11. Sounds great, but like if I got that for this desk I'm sitting in right now, this is a 32-inch desk, I believe. So this would 48. It would cover almost the whole desk. I probably wouldn't want that. So measure them out. Aothea, again, is one that's a deal today. Here's the nodal. That's even a better deal. I don't know if we can drop that one in there too.
So let me answer this question quick. There's two Leap chairs in there right now. Someone asked what the difference is. The one that says HO, that is height adjustable only on the arms, not the four-way arms. So it should be less expensive.
There's the nodal dropped in.
I think I made a mistake. I think we're going to get that updated to be the correct price, because it should be less expensive.
Cam asked how spill resistant. These PU ones are completely spill resistant. If you could, spill your coffee on it and just wipe it right off. That's why I actually kind of like those. Taylor, Employee of the Month, I like it. She's doing a great job. But yeah, you can literally just wipe up anything. You can, like, if you drop something kind of heavy on it, it might leave a mark, but eventually it goes away, kind of self-healing, I guess they call it. So again, the video, maybe we can post the link even to that video. I go through a whole bunch of different tests, and it's kind of why even though they're the cheapest ones, I kind of prefer the PU pads over even like the higher quality leather one or even the gaming pads, because if you spill coffee on a gaming pad, it's going to sink into it, and good luck getting all that out and not having it, smell like coffee for a while. So,
But if you love the smell of coffee, it can carry on forever.
yeah.
Which is perfect. Guys, don't forget Leap 25. We're going to go until 12 o'clock. That's going to be the best discount you guys are going to get on the Leaps. It's going to be in the outlets only. So 25% off any of the remaining Leap outlets, and those are going quick. So if you want one, I think we've got some black onyx. We've got a couple left in Asteroid, and it looks like one left that's the vinyl. So if you want our vinyl option, that one's going to be super cheap right now. Usually that one's way more expensive. It's only, yeah, you're getting a great deal on that one. It's even a bigger discount because the vinyl, the black vinyl with the box stitch, is typically, I think, like $50 more than just our typical upholsteries. We got 2 in Asteroid. So scoop those up. They're going quick. They keep rolling through. Thank you for everybody who's buying right now. And,
From Wisconsin again. Way to go.
someone from Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zach
Zach,
getting himself in a meep.
don't sell my kitchen chair when I go to the restroom, please.
Auctioning it off.
What are those prices that we were seeing in there right now for Robert's kitchen chair?
Oh, yeah, we have a bunch of outlets going through. Nice.
Yeah, $400 is a killer deal on those guys. Seriously. That's going to be the same price as some of the most questionable refurbishers on the planet selling their chairs, and you're going to get something that's not. So just so we're on the same page, you guys know what we're talking about. All right, what else we got here? Frugal Wisconsin, guys. I love it. Are you a Packer fan or a Viking fan?
Or a Bear fan.
Or do you not like football? That's a great question. Yeah, so guys, don't forget, right now we got that deal. It's going to end right at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. What do we want to talk about Robert? Like he's out right now. I think this would be a great time. His nickname is Rob with 2 B's.
Well, the
Didn't
truth
see that
is
one
if
coming.
you've been on the fence considering an Aeron, I would highly recommend a Leap instead. You're not going to have to deal with that mesh seat, no hard frame,
That is a dig right
no
at him.
flexibility.
He won't even let us talk positively about Leafs because he's such a lover of the Aaron.
You can't. Packers, come on. Zach, I'm enjoying the way that the Packers season is going.
All right, what else we got out there to show them on that one
just
desk? What is that Flexi Spot desk going for right now? Do we know? Is that the E7? It's not an E6. Looks like we've got listed an E6, but that should be an E7, shouldn't it? Okay. Yeah, they are pretty similar. They get a little confusing there. But if you guys are looking for standing desks, everything on BTOT again during the live stream. We've got our Vert desk and we've got our Envy. Those are 15% off if you want to get something nicer. If you're looking for something that's sort of like just getting into the mid-range, you've got the Flexi Spot stuff here, and this is going to be their 3-stage column on this one. Honestly, the E6 and the E7 I think are basically the same thing. They have so many different numbers and letters, and it's hard to keep up with what they're doing.
FlexiSpot is the most confusing brand to buy from in this space because they are always coming out with new products and discontinuing old ones, but then coming out with the products that they discontinued with different product numbers. And then all of their product numbers are literal just like numbers and letters, like EC1 or there's no name to the product, like not an actual product name to distinguish it. It's really, really confusing brand to buy from. But if you're looking for the leader in the cheap category, FlexiSpot's definitely that. I don't know if I would consider that for the chairs, but the desks definitely.
Yeah, the chairs are pretty run-of-the-mill from them.
The chairs are pretty substandard, I would say.
For the price point, though, it's pretty run-of-the-mill. I mean, you're not getting yourself anything exceptional.
No. But your desks, at least you're getting good value on the desk, because that is what it's Loctech. FlexiSpot is just Loctech's go-to-market brand. So you're buying from I don't know. They claim to be the biggest producer of standing desks in the world. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm sure they're up there in the running. But this is their direct go-to-market brand, so that's why you can find good value in that lower priced product. Sometimes they tend to advertise themselves as luxury or high-end. They're not. They're not. They're mid-tier at best. Their best products are going to be mid-tier, and their most popular products are going to be low-tier, but they provide better value than, say, products like the Monoprice and the Ficebo, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. 100%. All right, I'm going to run through these coupons again if anybody's just jumping in right now. Again, we've got exclusive coupons going on only during the stream, guys. So this stuff is not going to be available once the stream is done. We're going until 2 p.m. And so the first one is going to be Live 15 for everything on BTOD. There's no restrictions on that one. Live 15 is going to take 15% off everything. When you get to the site, you'll see there's only a 10% coupon there for everybody else. So again, you're getting exclusive access to a better deal by being in stream. That was something you would get access to early if you were in the email list. So hopefully we can drop a link to sign up to the email list if you guys want to get access to things like that early. They had 24-hour access. 20% off all of our outlets. That's just a flat 20% off every outlet in the outlet shop. And that link is right at the top of the website. And then we've got 30% off all refurbished AMEEPs. So nothing from outlet on that. Those are all in the regular store, not in the outlet. 30% off AMEEP 30. So outlet 20, live 15, AMEEP 30. And then the last one, and this is Ryan's least favorite, is the 25% off all the outlet leaps. That goes until 12 o'clock, leap 25. There is a few of the different colors, and then the remaining will be the black onyx. So if you guys want to get a couple colors or you're looking at them, they go quick. So grab those up.
Unfortunately, there's no deal on the Embody today. Someone asking about the Embody. I don't believe Herman Miller's running any sales. The Embody price on their website's actually the highest I've seen it in quite a while, $19.95. So no discounts. They're not trying to capitalize on what Amazon's going on. So they're full price, unfortunately.
The only one I saw that had a deal, flash deal going on besides like us is the Hayworth site has 15% off right now.
15% off. That's good prices. We like Hayworth chairs. So if you're interested in a Fern, Zodi, Soji, I'd avoid the Very. If you're under that $500 mark, I'd probably avoid the Breck too, just with the other deals that we have going on in stream. But if we didn't have these deals going on in stream, I'd also recommend the Breck for under that $500 price point.
So 235, 235 and 6.2. You're right on the edge of being a pretty good fit on a leap chair. So I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in. You know, we kind of say green is up to 6.2, up to 229, and then large for a shirt size. You're in yellow just barely, probably most likely for a couple of those. So you would be on the edge, which is okay for most people. We just don't want to see people getting upwards of 250, 260 trying to sit in that chair. Otherwise, another chair that might be good at 235, 6.2. The Fern is probably going to be close. I think the Fern is going to be really close on that. It's going to be a little bit taller in the back as well, nice and wide in the seat.
I wouldn't go any taller, though, because otherwise the seat gap between the seat and the back becomes an issue. Because I know Robert's right on the edge of that seat kind of being a problem. When you pull that seat depth out, because you have longer legs, then it creates a bit of a gap between the seat and the back. So, honestly, the Zodi. The Zodi, I think, would fit.
What is the Zodi dimensions?
Similar to the Leap.
Zodi's going to have the wider backrest.
A little bit wider in the seat?
The Fern stays narrow.
We can drop a
we
couple
got
links
the
in here for you guys,
Zodi here, I
too.
have to try that. Yeah, certainly I have no problem in either the Fern or the Zodi, but
The whole sciatic
At that
pain is
weight.
tough for us to address just simply because we're not educated on that. We're not doctors. None of us feel super comfortable giving medical advice. I mean, I can give personal opinion. I personally had sciatica pain, and it was during a time period where I was sitting in a really thick memory foam cushion. And when I stopped using that super thick memory foam cushion, that is one of the things that I didn't experience anymore. So that's my personal experience, but I can't say for certain. Would we recommend the Leap V2?
That's your question.
We've been recommending the Leap V2 since 2017, I believe. So we had the Leap V2 as our #1 ranked chair for years before we ever sold the Leap. And that's why we sell the Leap, is because it was on our chair list for best for overall, best for comfort, best for short people, best for pretty much everything when we polled large groups of people. And so we just viewed it as the best chair for most people for almost every situation. Unfortunately, we couldn't work out a deal to sell it new, and that's why we sell it refurbished, is because we just really, really believe in the product. We truly believe it's the most well-rounded office chair in the world, and so that's why we sell it.
So the Zodi's a little bit narrower in the seat at 19.5 inches. So that would be the only thing you would want to consider compared to like a Leap.
So I feel like I missed a little desk conversation while I was gone. So we were talking about the E7 FlexiSpot.
Yep.
So they do have some good deals on the FlexiSpot website, which we're trying to stick to mostly giving you guys all the
19.5 on the
Amazon
Leap.
deals.
Sorry. So it's a little bit wider, 1/4 inch wider. I gave bad information on the Fern. The Zodi is a 1/4 inch wider than the Leap.
That makes sense, because I would have thought that it was very similar or bigger. But yeah, going back to the FlexiSpot, if you go on their website, they actually have some good deals going on. I can't even find the E7 on Amazon right now, but it is on their website, on FlexiSpot's website.
That's because they constantly change numbers and move stuff around, and it's so incredibly difficult to understand what you're even buying over there. And like Ryan said, while they're known for having like the least expensive standing desks, they're really good at the cheap stuff. They're really good at, like, if you get their EC1 model, which I'm sure has changed to a different number or model number, letters, whatever, they're going to basically be the manufacturer as Loctech, which is their actual brand behind FlexiSpot that manufactures stuff. You guys are going to find on there that they basically are making standing desks for everybody else. So like Monoprice, Vivo, those are all going to be from the same brand. So if you're looking at something sub $200, you might as well get it from them. They're going to have the advantage over everybody. Until you get into like the sub $100 range, then it's I mean, close your eyes and pick, honestly.
Cross your fingers and pick, maybe.
Well, I don't know what your hope is, what you're going to get, but it's questionable.
Yeah.
Sihu is so bad because their seat and arms are just super uncomfortable. I guess it depends on what. We have 2 Sihu chairs. I'm assuming you're referring to the M18. That's the one that they've sold like tens of thousands of them on Amazon. It's usually under $150. That thing is one of the worst chairs we've had through our office. The seat is rock hard. The arms are almost unusable because they have this concave shape. They're too wide, too forward. I very much dislike the backrest, so I have no idea how that chair has such good reviews after selling so many of them. But in my opinion, this chair it's brutal. I mean, it's sittable. You can sit on it. That's about the only redeeming factor. But to me, nothing about it is comfortable. So it's a really tough one. The headrest is decent. I'll take that back. The headrest is decent.
Hey, Brent B., you said you're torn between a Leap V2 and a Mia, and it looks like it's the seat that's the problem. That's why we have the Lamia chair. And if you want to save a bunch of money, they're in the outlet right now. We still have a few. You can use that outlet 20% if you want to get that in the outlet. If you're worried that maybe it won't be the right fit and you want to be able to return it, you can use the Flash 15 to get it out of the regular store too. So we've combined a Leap and a Mia seat for that exact reason, and you're going to be fine. Taking a leap of faith. I see what you did right there, Emily. Well done. Well done. I should be dropping more puns when I'm on the live here. I just know that the people I'm with don't necessarily love my puns.
Always get a good eye roll.
See, that's exactly it.
Taylor's dropping one of the deals of the day. Although, wait a minute, that's not a good deal at all. Why did they changed it?
There you go. Well, when you add it
so
to the cart, you'll see the coupon.
It has a $50 coupon code. I was just looking at that too. So yeah, if you're looking at the Sihu,
you can click to apply.
Tacova is a much better, more comfortable chair, and it's actually cheaper right now with that $50 coupon.
Why isn't it applying in the queue? Is it
it's
$119 when you go
in.
all the way to checkout? Yeah, so it's $119. That's a good price, right? Or is that
the 119 is a great price? I mean, usually they sell it for $139.
Yep.
So all these brands do the thing where they have a super high list price, and they've always got some type of crazy deal going on. The Tacova is usually sold for $139.99, somewhere around there. But this has consistently been our pick for the best chair for under $200. And listen, we'll be the first to say that this isn't a well-built chair. It's not. It's not a well-built chair. It has cheap components. It's not something that we are going to tell you is going to last longer than 2 or 3 years. If you get 2-3 years out of this thing, that's what you're shooting for. The reason that we recommend this product is because it has more adjustability and more comfort than any other chair that we found in this price range. So you're still going to deal with the fact that you're going to have to replace it in 2 years, and it's a cheaper product, but it's comfortable while you use it. It's got a nice soft seat. The arm pads have some softness to them, and they have multi-way adjustment, which most chairs at this price range don't do, and the back is comfortable, which is not always the case. The Sihu chair that we just wheeled out, the back frame is very easy to feel because the mesh is not pulled around it, it's pulled into it. And so you can feel that entire back frame. It's really uncomfortable. And then the seat's rock hard, unlike this Tacova. So the reason we recommend the Tacova is it's just a big upgrade comfort-wise to every other chair we found in this category. But again, don't think that because we recommend this chair that it's the most amazing chair in the world and it's going to last 10 years and it's the solution to your problems. This is a great chair to buy you some time to start saving for the actual chair that you want, which is something like a Leap or a Eurotech or a Vera or something that's going to last, 5 to 10 years.
All right, look at that super chat. That's for you, Ryan, and I think it plays right off of what you just did.
The super chat. I don't know. Oh, hey guys, buying a chair for my girlfriend. Budget under $500 today. Recommendations. Also, thoughts on Branch ergonomic chair versus Kalami Atlas.
Appreciate the $5 too.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the $5. So I'll kind of work backwards. I much prefer the Kalami Atlas to the Branch ergonomic. The Branch ergonomic, for me, falls into a category, for me personally, of do not buy. I would never recommend the Branch ergonomic. I know that Robert disagrees with me just because it's an affordable price point. I just don't like the chair. I think that the armrests are really uncomfortable. They're positioned awkwardly for me, but they're pushed way too far forward. They're really firm. They slide around. I'm just not a super big fan of the chair. I also think that the mesh is really loose. You sink into it. It doesn't have very good bounce back. And those are problems that the Atlas does not have. And so I think the Atlas is just a much better chair. But to be honest, if you're looking for something for your girlfriend, for under $500, the best chair is going to be that Ameep, without question. I mean, the Ameep for under $300, you're getting an Amiya with a Leap seat. You're getting a steel case chair. You're getting a chair that was $1,000, and then you're upgrading it by putting a Leap seat on there. So,
and use the coupon code AMEEP30, so it's like $295 if you get it with the new parts. If you want to get it with the greener option, which is basically reusing perfect condition arm pads and cylinder, it's going to be like $265.99. That you can essentially get a steel case chair with a 12-year warranty for the same price. Well, it's a little bit more expensive than the Kalami Atlas, which would be your next pick, I'm sure, is where you're going to go. But it's a lot more substantial chair.
Well, I was going to check and see if we have any Veras in the outlet still, because that would be another way to go, because you're going to get a Vera for $269. I don't know if we have any left, though, to be honest.
I mean, we're still going with our 25% off outlet Leap, correct?
Yeah.
So
Leap,
that's,
there you go, that
that's
too.
$400 about.
$400 Leap? Wow. Yeah, that is...
So that's under that budget. So that, I mean, to me,
That's actually
the
a better value than the Ameep. Like,
Yeah.
if you can get a Leap for $400 as compared to an Ameep for $300, that is an incredible value, because you're getting a Leap chair. I mean, the Leap is just a huge upgrade to the Amiya, in my opinion. And so the Leap is going to fits
Haters.
women in particular really well. I mean, most of them in our office like it.
My wife is 5'2". She said there's a video dropping which she's going to be in, and you'll see her sitting in the chair. She fits best in the Leap chair. She said we had 3 chairs in that video. It was a Leap, a Fern, and the Embody. She doesn't fit in the Embody. It's too deep in the seat. She fits in the Fern, but it's just a little bit tall. And then the Leap was a perfect fit for her.
What do you recommend, high-end gaming chair like Secret Lab or budget office chair? Well,
Sounds like that budget's
the
$500.
Secret Lab Titan Evo for me is somewhere between an F+ and a D-. And if we were just looking at comfort and we took out the build quality, we took out the way that the chair looks, I'm probably at F tier. The Tacova, which costs a quarter of the price, less than a quarter of the price right now, I would rank as C tier. So you can get a budget office chair that I think is more comfortable. I'd say the same thing about the Kirin. That's under $200. The Atlas, much more comfortable, less than half the price. if you want to make it a straight up fair comparison and have an equally priced office chair to an equally priced gaming chair like the Titan, then it's not even close. The office chair is going to blow the Titan out of the water. You're going to be able to get something like the Vera, the Soji. I mean, even the new gaming chair that we just reviewed, the Fractal Refine. That chair, it's not perfect, but it's the same price as the Secretlab Titan Evo. Massive upgrade. Massive upgrade. I thought that the Fractal seat was a little firm until I got up from it and then sat down in the Titan, and I was like, holy moly. It's like I went from a pillow to a brick. The Fractal Refine is a huge upgrade to the Titan. So I would never, ever recommend a gaming chair in the racing style form, that bucket seat form. I see no reason to buy one because there are so many better options at every price point. The one thing that I consistently get hammered on when I do my gaming versus office chair videos, because that's kind of been my go-to, is I usually get the gaming versus office videos, and I get hammered in the comments every single time saying, well, of course the $2,000 Embody is better than a $500 Titan, while they ignore the fact that I gave them 5 options for $500 or less that beat the Titan. So listen, at any price point, the ergonomic chair is going to outperform the gaming chair. It's just fact.
Yeah, I mean, probably. What are the biggest sacrifices that you don't get is maybe some of the looks things, and even that's very subjective. Like they're not gonna office chair might not look as flashy, and because like the Refine does kind of have a cool look to it, very more specifically gaming looking. So if you're wanting that, that's a reason to go for it. That's why like the chairs like the Logitech Embody are so nice because they have the gaming look, but you get all the 100% office chair comfort.
They also have a gaming look that's a lot more subdued, right? And so depending on who you are, and our audience isn't, the 14-year-old kid that wants a gaming chair because their favorite streamer has it. Our audience is people like us that are going to be on a Zoom call, and maybe you don't want the 10 other people in your Zoom call to see a Secretlab pillow. Just saying.
Or you don't want I can't swear again. I've sworn now twice, little baby swears, but your butt to be numb.
Yeah, most importantly.
So someone just asked, let's see, will you guys be offering your in-house new fabric on the outlet? Looking for that brick bark color, looks amazing. Eventually, once something's been returned, but I wouldn't hold your breath for too long. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting for a while. Of course, the deals won't be as good then, too. Let's see, just bought the Leap V2. Does it come assembled? It does not come assembled. All you have to do, the base is assembled with the casters. You pull that out of the box. You set it on the ground. There's a cylinder in the box. It's going to have a tab on it. It's directional. You align it right to the seat height adjustment, which is right in the instructions. We have a red arrow that you cannot miss on the bottom of the chair that you align to the tab. It shows the picture. Follow those directions, and you just take the entire upper half of the chair and just set it on. So you take the cylinder, pop it in the base, and then take the rest of the chair, pop it on. It should take you 3 minutes, max.
Yeah, if you compare it to like some of the other chairs we've gotten in recently where you're literally assembling the pieces of the base together.
Oh my God, the most recent chair I did was brutal. The Habata 8 E3,
it probably took,
it
40
came in like
minutes or
80 pieces, it felt like.
Yeah.
It took me forever to put that thing together.
The other thing is, like I said, we got a video dropping on Thursday that's going to be basically stop buying chairs that don't fit. And the whole thing is, and I see it coming through the comments right now, guys, is that you're asking, what is the weight capacity on a Zodi? What is the weight capacity on a Leap? I think it's irrelevant because the max capacities on all of those, or each of those, you won't fit. There's no one who will fit in those chairs at their max capacities. Those are weights that were put there because of manufacturers basically getting into a contest of who can put more weight in their chair, but confusing every single person while they're doing that, because 400 pounds on a Leap, you'll never fit comfortably. And if you use our sizing guide, which is on the Leap, you can see we really don't recommend it beyond 240. So it's not even remotely close to the 400. And in my opinion, I mean, the Zodi chairs, especially the original Zodis, but even the new Zodi chairs, they're well built. I don't think they're that much off from a Leap. Same thing like Herman Miller products. I think they're really well built. You're in the upper tier. So I wouldn't base those weight capacities on one being better than the other. It's just them competing with each other with ridiculous numbers. So
I mean, I think it's kind of like other different industry type things. Like I think about my little fishing boat I have. It says like max capacity 4 people. Well, it's like, are these 4 people, me and my 3 kids, which would fit fine? or 4 people that are 200 pounds. Well, it's a very big difference. Yeah, there's weight ratings too, but all that stuff is kind of like you got to take it with a grain of salt. That just because they give you that number, there's certain reasons for that, and it's not just doesn't mean that it has that weight rating. Yeah, I'm 400 pounds. I can fit in that chair. Doesn't work like that. And yeah, that video goes through that pretty well.
I've always wondered why Ryan and I weren't invited on his boat, and apparently he sees that we're too big.
I mean, it'd be tight. The 3 of us, we'd be shoulder to shoulder,
Just out there fishing, though.
Yeah.
We could do it. We could do a video. We could bring Colton. Is there enough room? There's 4 guys.
You'd have to kind
I'm
of
kidding. Obviously, you can't. This is same thing.
If you're looking for chairs for petite or short people, the Leap and Mia are both great options for short and petite people. But if you want a true specialty chair that was designed for a shorter petite person, we do have some of those in our outlet, I believe. We sell petite chairs.
There's 2 of them.
It's one of the specialty categories that we sell in. So we've got like the Neutral Posture XSM, the BTOD Petite, the OM Petite. And these chairs are just going to be really small. So really small seat heights, seat depths go small, the arms go really short. And so these ones, they could fit what you're looking for. We don't have a ton of them, though. I only see 2. So we've got
there's 2.
The Bantam, which is $244.99, and then the Petite, which is $249.99. So a couple of them in there. Oh, we also have the XSM. So the XSM is going to be like a high-end specialty chair. So pretty much twice as good as those others, and that's why it's much more expensive, but really, really high quality. Super adjustable, really high-end foam. And that's going to be $877.49.
All right, 7 minutes left, guys. 25% off the outlet Leaps. I didn't look to see what was available, but you guys have been buying a ton of them. Yeah, there's a lot less than there was before, that's for sure. We've got 2 in the blue, or 3 in the blue, the lapis, and then we've got 2 that are in the gray. So if you guys want to get Asteroid, grab those up. LEAP25 is going to be the coupon code that you guys use when you're going through checkout on the outlet Leaps. Again, you're going to get a Leap chair, which retails normally on the site for $619 all the way down to $395. That's pretty ridiculous. So grab those things up while they're still available. And then all the other coupons, real quick, we'll just run through them. Again, we've got Live 15. That's an exclusive. These are all exclusive coupons that you can only get in stream. So that's why you guys are here. Make sure you sign up to our email list so you guys get early access to some of this stuff. Some of these deals that we're doing in the outlet, those are just on stream only. So the goal is really to have some incentive to make sure you guys want to come into the stream and hang out as well. Not just because we're cool and we talk about cool things like chairs. Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, Live 15% off site-wide. Outlet 20 is going to be 20% off all the outlets. And then we've got a MEEP 30, which is 30% off the refurbished MEEPs, not an outlet, just in the regular e-com side of the store. And then right now for the next 6 minutes, while they're hot, 25% off those outlet Leaps, Leap 25. So hopefully you got all of that. If you didn't, just ask in the actual comment section.
So someone asked just about if we've talked about the Akir at all yet, and I don't think it's really come up yet, but this is a chair that is good for big and tall, more so than maybe even the Leap or a Mia, because so we've recently made these size charts. We're just talking about this. What I just did right now is I pulled up our 2 pages. I got the Leap size chart on one tab, and I got the Akir right next to it. And what you'll see is that the Akir is going to do better for you if you're heavier. So you're in the green range all the way up to 299 pounds. With the Leap, you're in green up to 229, still good up to about 260. You're going to be in the yellow there. So it's a nice chair for that bigger, taller. And I think, we didn't make these charts because, how do I put this? It's not necessarily that we wanted to sell more chairs by making the charts. It's we wanted to get the right chair to the right people, right? So we wanted to make sure that when you buy your chair, you're going to fit in it and be happy with it and not, feel like you have to return it. So really use these charts. We spent a lot of time making these. Taylor did a great job making them look really nice, and you can use them as a tool to compare chairs against each other. So often it's not, again, don't call the Akira a big and tall chair, but it does have a range that fits those larger people. So
we actually recently did move it into the big and tall category, especially for tall guys and gals. If you're really tall, the thing is that there aren't a lot of chairs designed specifically for taller people. Like that's where you run into issues. The cylinder on this one that's got or 3-cylinder options. You can go to the tall cylinder, and it goes from 19 to 24 inches in the seat height. It's got a really tall backrest, and just overall, it's a bigger chair. What is the weight capacity? 325 on this one?
I think it's 300. But still, 300 is
300, excuse me, yeah. So it's built for 300 is good size person, right? And then you can get extended out and be tall as well. So not a lot. You can just tell when you look at it, especially if someone sits down in it, that's going to be a bigger chair.
It's got the wide, kind of more flared high backrest, which is nice. You can still have a little room to move around in that super cush seat. So it is kind of a preference thing too. If you're like that thicker seat, might be a little bit warmer, but the mesh backrest kind of helps balance that out a little bit.
Robert touched on the chart and how we didn't necessarily come up with the chart to sell more chairs. Truthfully, we came up with the chart to limit returns. So we track returns on everything that we sell that we allow free returns on. And then we also try to get reasons from customers for why they're returning their chairs so that we can learn what we are doing wrong, what the product isn't good at, and then we can adjust. And what we noticed with a lot of the returns that we were getting was that a big reason for chairs being returned is that they just simply didn't fit the person that was getting it. And so something that we consistently saw, the Akira isn't returned a ton, but when it was returned, we were seeing most of the time it was returned because it was too big for the person that was using it. And so you just take that information, you look at the dimensions, and you just work to solve the problem, and that is trying to educate people that, you know what, if you're a little bit smaller, if you're a little bit more petite, avoid this chair. It's going to feel too big. Your arms are going to be stretched out. The depth is going to be too big. Your arms or your feet might be dangling unless you have a footrest. So that's what we're trying to solve by doing all of this.
It was one of the only chairs that was said it was too big, isn't it?
Right.
I think it may have been the only chair. So
that was
like
consistently too big.
Right, because like a lot of times we have bigger guys that are buying like a Leap chair or an Amiya chair. We get calls quite a bit in the sales team, and people will be, you know, 340, 325, and they're saying, can I get a Leap? I see it's up to 400 pounds. There's more of those people who are buying it, not calling, and getting it, and then being unhappy with it. And while we offer dimensional drawing depictions of the chairs, a lot of people don't want to sit there and measure themselves compared to what's going to fit in the chair. That'd be the best thing, I think, for anyone. And so by making these sizing guides, we basically did it so that you don't have to think too much about it. You can just know your height, know your weight, know your T-shirt size, and then automatically either sort of self-select or just go to another option, basically.
Coming up on the conclusion of the first 2 hours, folks. Do we have any deals ending here in 1 minute?
Yeah, we got the Leap 25 deal, 25% off outlet Leaps. And I see someone came back in looking for that outlet Lamia deal, and it expired. So if you guys are wanting an outlet Leap, the 25% off is going to end here in a minute. So guys, get those through. I see a whole bunch of them in the cart. Guys, let's push these through if you're interested, because that deal will expire and then you won't get it anymore. You'll be at the 20% deal. The chart is amazing. You like those charts, Cam? Game changer. Looking for a high back chair with a headrest sitting 8 to 10 hours a day. Robert, this is a Robert, so you take this question.
Yeah, high back chair, headrest. I mean, I think Ergo Human's a good option. It has the seat height adjustment, so you can get it up higher. Does have the headrest. I think the Ergo Human is a comfortable chair when you keep it unlocked and just keep the tilt tension up high. There's also another chair that we have maybe never talked about or are going to start talking about, and that's the Ergo Human Extreme chair. So that's used to be called the IOO, which IOO had a lot of problems. Now they've redone that, just like they remade the Ergo Human. They've fixed the IOO, now call it the Extreme. So I have a video coming out about that chair pretty soon, but that'd be another one I'd pick. Has a nice taller backrest, has the headrest as well. So
another one is the chair that we just talked about. The Akira comes with a headrest.
Yeah.
You can get a mesh headrest or a padded headrest.
You guys, I see a few of these Leaps in here. Make sure, guys, on the other end, the back end, who are turning these coupons off, give them 3 more minutes so they can push through their Leaps with that Leap 25. 3 more minutes, because I see you guys have all your information in there. Otherwise, it will expire. So
right now,
good luck,
right
Travis, on extending that coupon.
in my view, I can see a gesture with a headrest. That's another video. I just kind of, or did that one go out yet? Or that's, okay, Colton's working on it right now. So that's another chair that has a higher backrest, has a really nice taller backrest, really nice headrest. It's not necessarily my number one favorite chair in the world, but for chairs with headrests, it's definitely high up on my list.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what price range you're looking for, because this might sound weird, but the higher your price point, the more difficult it is to give you a good recommendation with a headrest. Because as we get higher in price and we get better and better in quality in chairs, the less headrests we're going to see. Because the highest end manufacturers, Herman Miller, Steelcase, Hayworth, they don't necessarily love headrests. And headrests are usually an afterthought because it's not the main function of the chair. And so putting a lot of focus into a headrest, it's going to cost money, R&D, for something that you're going to use maybe 5% of the time is not their main focus. And they're going to focus on the other components of the chair. So like the Fern headrest, brutal. The Leap headrest, terrible. Herman Miller doesn't even put headrests on their chairs unless it's like the Cosm where it's built in.
Yeah.
So Robert's right. When you get up into that higher price point, you're going to be at like the ErgoHuman, maybe like the Mavix gaming chair. Has a nice headrest and it's a bigger chair. But you're probably going to have to look in that mid-range of chairs like the Doro and the E3 from Habata. So just kind of depends on what you want to spend.
Yep. Freedom chair.
Yeah, the Freedom from
It's
Human Scale.
It could be higher. It's got adjustable height backrest, and that headrest is adjustable. But that's, again, very expensive chair. So.
Yeah, Tectonics. The Akira could be a good choice for you too, for sure, because it is a bigger chair, and you can add a headrest to it, and the headrest is adjustable, very adjustable, and you can use it in the upright tasking position, which isn't standard on all headrests. So.
Yeah. Is now a good time? Can we throw a little poll out there?
Working on the Reddit thing. I think I actually have someone who's going to be coming in here to help me do some stuff on the marketing side. So hopefully we'll have some more time freed up to make that thing happen.
Ooh, Liberty for 200 is a good deal in my
Yes.
opinion. I love the Liberty.
Yeah.
Make sure it's in good shape.
Yeah, in good shape. Yeah, those are chairs that seem to be in offices, even hotels. I've seen them in hotels. Then they get sold, used, and sometimes they're in really bad shape. But
The Liberty doesn't have a lot going on, though. So not a lot to verify to make sure that it's working. Just make sure the seat height's working, the seat depth's working, and then the arm height's working.
yeah, it's more
Make
the
sure there's
actual
no tears in the
materials.
mesh,
Yeah, broken
and
down.
you're golden. I like the Liberty a lot, for sure. I wish the armrest went a little bit more narrow, but for $200, that's a ridiculous
Yeah.
price for that chair, for sure.
All right, so John's got a little poll queued up for us. Just kind of curious.
What
so
is
just
this poll? I don't
different
even
style videos. So these are all videos that are pretty popular that we've done. Some of them are a little newer. So, as we're working on what videos to do next, what are your favorites? So 1-star review chairs, that's where we pick these chairs and find 1-star, like terrible reviews. Like I wouldn't save my grandma for, what was that? Some
Yeah, there was
weird stuff.
People with some crazy reviews on really good chairs.
Yeah. Or
So
we
just
roast
read those reviews and react to them. They're pretty funny sometimes.
the We Roast. That's the one where we just, go find someone like Forbes best office chair list. And, typically we find stuff like the Sihu or the Branch Verve as the number one chair. So
Still looking like the tier list on 8 votes. Need a few more votes on there. Ooh,
10 votes.
no one likes the 1-star reviewed ones.
That's their way of saying you aren't Ryan Trahan.
we
Well.
like to try stuff and see how it works. Those had pretty good retention. It seemed like people that did click on it and wanted to watch it, they watched quite a bit of those videos.
If you know, you know. All right.
20 votes.
it.
Yeah, pretty
If
even
you know,
between the
you
picked
know.
and the roast.
I saw a question coming in. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Shanna.
Oh, I was wrong. We actually have quite a few petite chairs in the outlet. You just have to scroll and pick the different options. We have two listings up showing, but you can choose a whole bunch of different options. So if you guys are looking for a petite chair, we do have a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different styles. And they're the affordable ones, not the expensive NutriPosture XSM. It's a great chair, it is, but not many people are going to spend $1,000 on a chair.
Literally 0 votes for the 1-star reviews. Robert, good thing that wasn't your idea, huh?
Oh, someone voted. We got 1 vote.
Appreciate you. That was, what did you vote for it, Ryan? Ryan just
Ryan
voted.
he liked
to-
those.
Just came up clutch.
Those are the videos, the last couple we've done.
One vote brought that up to 4%
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a boss.
7 now. It's someone else.
Ooh, you guys, don't be just doing it because I like them.
If you want some inside info, this is kind of how pro Ryan is. For the last 1 stars, Greg and I kind of like prepped for those. We found the reviews, and then we bring them to the team, and we just basically start filming. We basically tell Ryan, just show up and be ready to talk about chairs, and that's what he does, and he just crushes it.
That's
So,
because he's the talent.
yeah.
He's just here as the talent.
The problem is if I take a bunch of notes and then write a bunch of notes, I'll have them sitting here, and then I'll try to like read off of my points, and then instead of just going off of just natural experience and
Yeah.
what I think of the chairs, and I think it just flows easier. So
How
I'm
about
not a
you
notes
guys?
guy.
Like, I mean, this is a good poll. What do you guys like doing the best? Which ones do you prefer filming?
I'm not going to say because no one likes what I like.
So, okay, we know what it is then, the 1 star.
I just like to review chairs, guys. I'm a chair nerd and I review chairs. I was born
Yeah.
to review chairs.
I
Is
like
it
doing
just-
the we picked personally because I think then we get to talk about chairs we really like. You know, sometimes with the tier list, you're stuck like, oh, I got to talk about the sale. Well, it's like, well, I like the sale, but I don't fit. So what am I supposed? You know, those can be a little tricky. But
Did you say you like sales? We've got great sales going on
Nice
today
transition.
in the BTOD e-commerce store. Go to btod.com. Check out those links at the top here of the chat. You're going to see all those sale discounts. Sorry, go ahead.
well, Cam likes cable management videos.
That's your
that
101.
wasn't an option.
Those are fun to do because I like finding the products. The filming can be difficult. So, you know, everyone, the team, the videographers are laughing because it's like those are long days. It's a kind of a slog to put that stuff together. But I do think those are cool, and we like finding stuff. We have one of those. I have a new one coming out pretty soon, a cable management. So.
I just realized that I've been slouching this whole time, guys, and Ryan is towering over me. No longer will that happen. I will no longer let Ryan tower over me in these videos, these live streams. It's unacceptable. Plus, it's poor posture. Unbelievable.
I was made to review chairs. Yeah.
Guys, I'm so tall I need a new mic stand, okay?
You just got to angle it. You just got to push it down
Yeah.
to here.
Don't mansplain to me.
Can you mansplain to another man? That's not a thing.
I don't know.
So other deals, it's going to go back to our list here. We were talking quick about cable management. There is a ton of cable management deals going on today. So I talk about this kit. It used to be called Hebza. Now it's called, well, I think Hebza still exists, but now it's called the Narokmi, something like that. I'll post the link. I think our other link might have been broken, but
You're out
so
of-
this is
out of focus.
this is the set that has like 170 some products. So this is a kit that I recommend buying, even if you buy a really expensive like cable management product, like a big tray or something. I really like this cable kit because it comes with all these little parts that help you to do all the small kind of management, whether it's cables on the back of your desk, cables inside your box, all that kind of stuff. Ooh, just kick my mouse across. So these usually are about $15. Today it's $12.60, so not like a massive deal, but it doesn't usually go down to that cheap. So today's a good day to buy that if you're looking for that. Honestly, I can almost cable manage an entire desk just with this kit. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but it is doable for that low price. Definitely worth trying.
One of the best ways to manage your cables is to get the BTAD cable management box, which is 15% off. We only have one in the outlet. We have gotten 0 returns on these cable management boxes
Yeah.
lately. So they sell all the time. They are S tier all day. And for someone who's like me, who hates the tedious task of using all those little zip ties and clips and things, it's the best thing ever made because you literally just dump all your cords into it and then you shut it like it's a closet door, and then you never look back until you need to get something out of there. And that's a bit of a rat's nest at that point, but we deal with it. and then you don't have to spend 17 hours routing cables. Like, who said that? Who said they were spending 17 hours in chat?
I mean, I believe it.
Cam did.
Another one, so a cheap option to do a bunch of cable
17
management.
hours? My God,
Oof,
that's
I
like the most intense cable management of all time.
We had to watch all of Robert's videos first.
Oh,
Yeah,
if you
well,
That was
factor
12
in, yeah.
hours.
So another nice product, these Rapid cable ties, just little Velcro ties. These are the colored ones. They have all different colors, which what I like about these is you can keep track of what your products are, and you can even pair these with, I don't know if we have these out too, they have little tags that you can also add on there to label what your cables are. So if you have a big rat's nest of cables inside a box or under your desk, you can use these wraps, the colored ones, to pick or to bundle them together and then put the little labels on them to know what they are. So if, let's say, you pull your laptop charger out of your cable management often, it's nice to have it, well, you just remember the red one. It might even have the label on it to know what it is. It's easy to pull it out, or your monitors, like if you change up your monitors or anything like that. So they're a little more expensive than just like getting the all black ones, but for $1 or $2, it might be worth it to you. It saves you some time.
All right, it's that time again. We're going to run ourselves another super special deal here. We're going to blow some stuff out the door. Ryan, earmuffs. Here we go. We're going to run the EMEA's. EMEA 25, guys. 25% off in the outlet, 25% off the EMEA's. That means you guys are at $329.99 for EMEA chairs. That's ridiculous. So there are not as many of those as the Leaps that were available before. So grab these up before these ones sell out for sure. We've got a little bit of a mix of colors. You guys will see in there. There's Asteroid, Lapis, Geranium, and Black Onyx. So it looks like all 4 colors, but no vinyl options. But very limited in the colors outside of the black ones. So scoop those up again. EMEA 25. That's going to end at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So what is the final price now on the EMEA after the discount?
After the discount on the ones in the outlet, it should be $329.99, I think. Yeah. $329.99. I'm not going to tell you what the final prices are anymore. I'm just going to tell everybody what the discount is. Okay. Ready to roll? Let's go before Ryan has a situation over here.
Ready to roll with what?
I don't know. Just come up with something. We need to move
Well,
on.
at least we don't have a ton of them.
All right, what do we got for? What are some of these comfort accessories? These are my items, you guys.
Yeah.
Bust out some of these footrests. Let's just get all 4 of these out right now. There's 4 footrests for under your desk. Oh, where did they go? Well, I did keep one at my house. You're right. I did keep one at my house. People are going to freak out when you got those shoes on and you're using these soft padded footrests. Colton's about to you got some cool socks on? Big Sea-Dog? Yeah, we're going to swap out. Make sure you focus more on his moulet than his actual socks, but you can do both.
Guys, footrest, hot take here, footrest, the most underrated office accessory out of any office accessory. I mean, most people don't think that they need a footrest because you think, I'm not short, I don't need a footrest, I don't need massagers on my feet, whatever. I'm telling you guys, having a footrest and just being able to bump your chair up a little bit higher than the bottom changes everything. You don't have to have a desk that comes down. You don't have to worry about monitors that adjust to exactly where you want them. The footrest is really, really good. And I also like it because it allows me to fidget around a little bit more, change the positioning of my feet easier than just having them flat on the ground. When you have your chair perfect and your feet are flat on the ground, you can't really move or do anything else, or your feet aren't going to be able to reach. But the footrest just gives you more access to be more comfortable and shift around. So at BTOD, we are big fans of footrests, even if you don't need one because you're short. So like I'm 5'9", I use one, Greg uses one, Robert has one at his desk, and they're just great.
So that first one, that kind of harder plastic, that was the Wano. It's usually $36 down to $28 plus another 10% off coupon. That wouldn't be my pick personally. I actually prefer the second one that Colton was choosing or was using. What is that? Is that the Comfort Lab one?
The one all the way on the end
Yeah.
is the Everlasting Comfort, I think.
Or Cushion Lab. No, Cushion Lab I think is
Oh,
the
is the
far
black one on the end? Yeah, okay.
So Cushion Lab would be my pick.
Yeah, and this one's like a go-go gadget. You can take that and make it shorter if you want to. Right? There you go. So if you guys, and then you can see it's got the Stickum on there. Ooh, that's game changer. And then you got this, yeah, there you go. A little bit more, a little bit shorter if you guys don't need it to be quite so tall. Those feel really good though. I'm telling you, at home. What do we got? What are these questions coming in? Anybody asking?
So Cushion Lab is $37.50 right now. Typically, those are $54, so that's a really good deal for that Cushion Lab. I'll drop that link to.
The Cushion Lab one is how much?
Is $37.50.
Yeah, it's the one all the way on the edge.
So Cushion Lab also has the seat pads
Yep.
and back pads.
It's got charcoal foam in it, guys, to keep it not stinky. And then you can wash the outer cover on that. Smell it real quick, Colton, to validate. It smells good is what he meant. Those are your own feet on there.
I don't see any deals on the Ergo foam. Someone commented the Comfy Life looks kind of exactly the same. So yeah, Comfy Life is a good one.
Yeah, Comfy Life's at my house. I keep the Comfy Life
Comfy
close
Life
to the
is
vest.
$32 down from $35. So not a huge deal, but
Are those more of those same jeans? Is that another set of those jeans? What's that brand? Denizens? Wait. Target has its own Levi's? What? I like those right there.
we're not experts in pants though. And
What? Because they're so camouflaged? Oh, I can see them. Yeah, for sure. And then just do a quick flyby on that moulet, just right around the backside there, just to get it full in. That's nice. That's sharp. Yeah. That's gonna bring them all in here,
And
guys.
for those of you that don't know what a moulet is, it's a mullet.
Well,
It's the fancy word for mullet. If you were French, you'd call it a moulet. If you were up in Quebec, Canada, you'd call it the moulet. You could wear your moulet to the Moulin Rouge.
you could wear it to the Moulin Rouge, and that's what they call it. All right, you did great there, Colton. You were made for the camera.
True.
Have you ever considered being a foot model? Lot of money in that. Lot of money in foot models. You could start a channel of your own modeling feet, and you'll become a millionaire in no time.
Robert, top 3 chairs right now as it stands.
Oh man,
Top 3 chairs.
I mean Lamia still stands up there as the
Ugh.
kind of the.
No, I'm just
I know
kidding.
Brian
Limia's
still likes
an
that
amazing
leap,
chair.
but I just gotta love that.
Does it break? It is your number one.
I mean,
I go
what's-
at a chair.
Well-
I rank A+.
What's tough is I also really like the Embody because we got that new headrest in from Atlas. So I do really like that. I haven't sat in it a ton because I don't know if we've kept that attached, but that's still up there. And then I still love that Aeron. I know you guys don't love it, but
We talked about it when he went to the bathroom.
Oh, you
we
did?
slammed it.
I'm
we
still
compared
a-
it to the Leap, told everyone not to buy it.
I'm still a big fan. John's sitting in one. I know he's kind of coming around. He's an Embody guy. John, our videographer, running our stream, but he's starting to love the Aeron more and more. But again, they're very different. Like this is something that again, I don't know if we talk about enough that everyone's preferences are different. For me, the Aeron, like when I'm here in the office, because I have an office here next to the studio, and I have an office at home. When I'm here in the office, I love sitting in the Aeron. I'm obviously wearing fully clothed jeans, shoes, whatever. I mean, I'm fully
goodness.
clothed at home, but
Thank goodness.
Well, that might have been a
Usually-
Freudian slip. Now we know what Robert's doing at home during work. Don't
I
turn
mean,
on the cam when
I'm
Robert's
not
at
like
home.
wearing my comfy pants or something. So it's
Is that no pants? What is the comfy pants?
Most of you guys are working from home or have
Sherry.
Sherry's
Office
still
at
there. I
home.
don't know if she's still in here.
Anyways, so she can, or you can sit with your, different seating positions with the Lamia. If you don't have shoes on, you can put your foot up, things like that. With the Aeron, you're going to be more forced into that ergonomic position. So that's how I can love the Aeron, but also love some of these other chairs for maybe different setting. Same with the Embody, that kind of is a mix of the two where it'll put you really in that upright position, but also still very comfy, and you can sit in all these different seating positions. So.
Cam, I need a recommendation on that. I was looking for an office or desk fan for my home office. So do you guys know of any?
Robert, and we're about, Robert. Yeah. Robert.
Desk fans?
Did we just lose a light? What was that? Never mind. Okay.
Everything looks good.
So desk fan, yeah. So I use a desk fan all the time.
No one's wearing hard pants at the home office, Jonathan. What does that even mean?
I mean, I'll be honest. I think they might be kind of a dime a dozen. Some of these are so cheap that they're even worth just trying out and then see how well
Which
they
one
work.
do you have that you recommend?
I'm trying to look
What
that
are
up right
hard
now.
pants?
That's
Like
Oh,
a jean,
okay.
not a sweatpants or something.
Oh, so like joggers or sweatpants?
Yeah. Yeah, give me 1 second here. I'll find my fan I use at home.
Does your Leap V2 on your site have the adjustable arms? John, yeah, so if you're in the outlet, there's going to be two different versions if you're looking in there. One that's going to be HO and then one that isn't. You'll see it says fully adjustable arms or four-way arms. You want to make sure that it has four-way arms on it. There's only two that are in the outlet that don't have fully adjustable arms. Everything else that we have is going to be fully adjustable, which is the four-way arm set.
Okay, I found the fan I have at home. USB desk fan, 3 speeds, only $7. So it's not on a deal today, but I mean,
That's
I don't
a
know.
deal already.
I don't know how they can go any cheaper than that.
That's why it's not on deal.
Yeah.
And again, guys, you've got 37 minutes right now with the Amiyas. If you want to get the Amiya outlet chairs, they're 25% off until 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you guys are in the outlet right now, pop over to the Amiyas. It's Amiya 25. You're going to get those as low as $329.99. We've got a mix of colors. So guys, grab those up while they're still in there.
You've got 37 minutes, guys, but don't do what everyone did with the Leaps last time and had them loaded in the cart, and then we had to extend it 3 minutes, and I know some of you missed out on it. You're not willing to chime in to chat because you're too prideful, but listen.
Someone
There's
did.
going to be a group of you that miss out on this because you wait until the last second. Don't do that. Safer to check out within the next 37 seconds than 37 minutes.
So did you showcase that hot fan that you had there?
Yeah,
that was
I sent the link.
$7.
You're kind of stuck with it. Only has
There it
this
is, yeah.
one color that's kind of like a navy. Well, I don't even know if that's navy. It's this kind of different blue, purple color, but it's pretty quiet. Yeah.
Oh, the first picture made me think it was pretty big, and then the second picture made me realize, no,
No,
it's
it's
what
very
you'd
small.
expect.
I'll tell you what, though, it does, it blows enough air that you definitely feel it, and if you're warm, it helps a lot.
So do you use this for you or for your equipment?
For me, I just
Okay.
blow it straight at my chest, kind of, and
Nice.
yeah. Because I sit kind of in our 3-season porch room, and there's not AC out there. So it gets pretty warm, like it, might be in the upper 70s, but I just blow that little fan at me and it feels great.
Nice.
So did you get through your 3 chairs?
I think so. I said the Lamia, the Embody headrest, and Aeron. So,
But is the Aeron the stool version?
I mean, ideally,
Because-
I'm still kind of, I've been preaching about how nice the Aeron is for years. I'm still kind of hoping, Herman Miller hooks me up with that stool, size C, platinum. I like a lot, just for whoever's
Posture
taking notes.
fit? No posture fit?
Oh yeah, posture fit.
Okay.
Yeah, load it up.
Herman Miller, if you're out there, you just want to send over a fresh $2,000 chair. I mean, Anthros did it for our team.
Yeah,
Member Colton.
yeah.
Colton sits in it every day in his comfy pants, and he's loving it, aren't you?
So how about you? I feel like I know Ryan's top 3 pretty good, but Greg, top
Why don't you
3?
guess Ryan's top 3 and let's see if you're accurate.
Well, for Ryan, I would probably say he's going to say the Leap V2, taking the lumbar out. Second, he's going to pick the Fern, no lumbar, no headrest. That's the quilted knit version, digital knit. Number 3 is going to be the Embody, doesn't need the headrest.
It's true. Locked it in.
Wow.
No further explanation needed. It does need to be the Logitech Embody, though.
Yeah.
The standard Embody is only A+.
So I bet you don't know what my favorite chair is.
I bet it's the Lamia, and then I bet it's the trucker chair, and I bet it's the Amiya.
Like I said.
Ooh, that's tough. I think I would agree. It's probably going to be the Lamia's got to be first. Then maybe that trucker chair we can't quite show it yet. It's on the way. And then third, oof, that's tough. Maybe just the Leap.
My favorite chair right now, and I haven't stopped sitting in this thing except for when I had to spend a week or whatever it was, 10 days in that fractal refined chair, is the trucker chair.
Yeah.
So we were right.
No, I said my number 1 chair.
Oh, okay.
You put the Lamia there. Had I only had a Lamia, not the trucker chair, well, then that would be my number 1.
So what would be the third?
How many of you got a little comment of approval from Taylor on your picks?
Does that mean she likes those?
She's vouching for my picks. So we've got 2 votes for all my picks, and we've only got 1 vote for your guys' picks. So
Can we count
Just
our own
saying.
votes?
Yeah.
All right, what else we got here? What are some of these other deals? So we brought out the footrest. You guys, make sure you're grabbing up a footrest like Ryan said. I don't care if you're 6'8", you still need a footrest.
that might be a little aggressive.
I'm going out on a limb right now, and I'm saying if you guys are 6'8" right now,
Hopefully
you're
you
going
have
to
a
like
really
a
high
footrest.
cylinder if that's the case. But
Oh, hey. See, we got some people. Right now we only have 1 complete trucker chair in the building. We've got prototypes of the trucker chair, but they're not nearly as comfortable.
Components to trucker chairs.
Yeah, we've got components too.
so other deals.
What is the next one, Robert? What's the best thing you bought this last year from an accessory cable management chair? What is your favorite thing that you brought?
of anything of all those? I don't think it fits in this year. I've probably had it for 2 years now, but I absolutely love my Keychron. So we showed that briefly earlier, that Keychron K4, and that has a really good deal today.
Keyboard folks, which you guys, you might get skewered in here.
Yeah.
These are high levels. These are high level keyboard people.
Yeah, well, and I know Keychron has kind of a mixed. You know what? I think the K4, that deal might have ended. Now I just see there it is. Different switches. So you can get the brown switch, which is what I have. That's the more kind of, if you're a beginner getting into mechanical, that's probably the way to go. Is kind of what I've learned from watching other people's videos that are keyboards even better. But this is down to $60 for that Keychron K4. It's a 96%er. That means that you get the numpad, which personally I still feel like I need for work stuff.
For numbers.
Yeah, for numbers. That's right.
So punch it in numbers.
I put in my own keycaps. Those are EPO Maker. I know EPO Maker has an even more, potentially questionable fan base, if you want to say it that way. But I put those in more for looks, not necessarily because I needed a different feel or whatever, but I just love the looks of those more kind of old school looking off-white caps. So for me, I just absolutely love that thing. The other thing did we drop the link for that one yet? Or else
one of my favorite things while you're going through this is seeing you guys on our website searching for trucker chair. Unfortunately, the trucker chair is not quite available yet, but that's great to see.
It's coming.
It's going through testing right now on the mechanism because it's going to have a beefy weight capacity. It is going to be meant to support the weight that it's advertised for. So,
I was scrolling through the list of discounts and just had to chuckle a little bit when I saw the Han Ignition for 33% off. Sounds like an amazing deal.
Is it $419?
$428. So their amazing Amazon 33% off deal is actually higher than it was last time we did a stream
Yep.
when there was no deal.
So that's a good thing to bring up. So like we again, we know about some of the deals happening beforehand, not necessarily all of them. We load up a big chart that shows all the good deals. So one of them is this turbo desk fan. I don't know. I think Greg picked this one out a while back for one of our accessories videos. And it had a good deal leading up to today. It was $29 with a 25% off coupon. So what's the math on that? It's like $23 about, right? $22.50. Today, the deal has changed. It is now a prime big deal. So remember, yesterday it was $23.50. Today's prime big deal, $27.99.
What the?
So the deal is worse today now that it's switched over to a prime big deal. So something to watch out for, I guess. You know, not a huge deal on a cheaper item like that, but if it's a chair like the Ignition and all of a sudden the deal is worse.
This is where you need the duck, 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 and then you can see what they were selling.
I believe
it for
it's
before.
camel.
This is-
Camel.
Oh yeah, camel.
This is where you
Then
guys
you'll know.
need sheriffs in town. That's why the
Yeah.
sheriffs are in town. All
But
right.
that's not a chair.
Well, if it was,
So
you'd need sheriffs. And the thing is, we're talking about the Han diaper butt ignition chair.
this is a Darth Vader deal. It is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. They're just tricking you. They're telling you it's the best deal of all time while charging you $3 more than they were
Yeah,
yesterday.
and it was
John, never
exactly-
give out your email publicly in chat. That will get spammed so bad in this group.
Yeah.
What?
Never give out. Customer service has all your information, so they'll get you.
So
I thought you were
another
talking to our John.
And I'm kidding, by the way. Our group, the audience in here isn't going to spam you. They're just going to see it
Hopefully
go
not.
through and move on.
They might.
RC here will definitely drop you a couple emails.
Yeah. So another product I like that's kind of a polarizing one. I couldn't give this to Francis to demonstrate. I just have it here because I need to use it today. This is the MX Vertical mouse. So again, very different, but it took me a long time to get used to this thing, but I've come to really like it. So this is a deal today, I believe it's $78. I just dropped the link in there.
Why do you like it?
So the newer versions of the other Logitech mouses, Mies, I don't know, they get your hand at that higher angle, so you're not so flat on your desk. The MX Vertical takes it even further, and your hand gets really straight up. So
It's coming to see you.
it's coming to see. Should I bring her up here? Is that better? So your angle of your hand just stays really nice and upright.
Uh-oh.
Feels really good.
Did we just break something? Perfect.
Am I on there yet? I'm still, we're a little delayed, so I can't. But yeah, so it's got the buttons on the side, your regular click, your wheel, all this stuff. I've never used this button up here. I don't even know what that would do, but I'm sure it's customizable.
Robert, your cup is in focus because
Oh.
that's sweet.
Let me
V10.
just get that in focus. I don't even know if the other guys have seen this yet. Been kind of hiding it.
He's got a stash of stickers.
So this is another, I should have put this on your favorite style of video, Rob's Refurbs. We've done a couple of videos now. Rob's Refurbs, BTOD. Kind of a competing line of refurb, but
You're refurbishing in our facility. I feel like that might be against.
it's a BTOD, you know. Okay, but you know, this
What
is
you guys don't know is that Rob and a couple other employees at BTOD are in constant battles in the local refurbished market for all the best chairs. So when he has that sticker of Rob's Refurbs, he's not lying. He has refurbished, non-refurbished, ready to be refurbished chairs just stocked at his house, ready to go.
It's kind of true, but you know, we do it for
It's
the
not kind
videos.
of true. It's literally true.
We're giving you guys education on how to do stuff. So hopefully you guys like those videos. I want to find even more like different types of chairs. We already did the Amiya was the first crazy deal I had. I forget what I even paid for that. It was like $35 for an Amiya chair, which is just insane.
I think we bought it.
And then, that I paid for myself.
I think we bought that
No,
chair.
I paid for that.
You
But then
refurbed with VTAD
you helped
parts.
me out when I got the Aeron because that was a little more. And yeah, but we also did the Aeron, which is a more extensive cleaning because I took the chair completely apart. So that's a cool video. And a lot of people are seeing these Amiya.
Spin that
right
around
there.
so we can see that Rob's refurb sticker on your camera. Oh, just
Oh, on the
out
camera.
here,
Oh, yeah.
want to see it.
I purposely was hiding it on the side the other time, but that was the perfect opportunity. So let me know if you guys want to get hooked up with one of these Rob refurb stickers. You might, competing.
Wow. Unbelievable.
So going back to the whole, because we started with the vertical mouse. I actually have a lot of experience using a vertical mouse because we used to sell a brand called Evoluent, and their whole claim to fame was an ergonomic mouse. And I actually really, really loved using that thing because the whole point of it is that it takes your arm from this position, which isn't natural to just be moving your arm around this all day because you'll build up tension here in your carpal nerve, this whole area. And so if you just have your hand in like a handshake position, it's just better ergonomics. And so I used that Evoluent one for almost 2 years. I would have kept using it. It just wasn't a very good quality mouse. All like the paint flaked off and it just kind of broke down after a while. And then I just didn't use another one because I didn't have a good solution to replace it. But that one, I've used it a few times at the desk where we record, and it is really, really nice. Feels really, really good. And it doesn't feel like it has that crappy paint on it that's just going to flake away, which is nice.
You know what's kind of funny, though, is because I talked about it in one of the accessory videos. I actually think that the regular MX, like, is it MX3? Is that what I think Greg has one here. That's why I keep looking over this way. The Master 3 is MX actually Master a little 3. Better quality. I don't know what it is, but even though they're similar price, but yet it is still very nice quality. It just feels a little bit more.
Is it because
flimsy.
It's hollow up on the?
That could be. It doesn't have the weight, and the wheel doesn't feel nearly as nice as the MX3. So that's a little bit of a sacrifice, but yeah, like Ryan said, it still is very nice quality from Logitech. Just it's probably a little step down from their like MX Master 3.
Shameless plug. I've been doing it the entire stream, but I got to do it again. Just to anybody who's just joining us right now, after we went down that rabbit hole and came back to this mouse, don't forget BTOD right now. We've got 4 active coupons you guys can use. Live 15 is going to be 15% off of everything on BTOD.com and the e-commerce shop. You've got Outlet 20 where you can save 20% off all the outlet items. So you'll see the tab on the top of the site. It says Outlet. Click that and you'll see all the items we have in Outlet. These are items that have been used basically through the return policy period and then returned back to us inspected. And they're guaranteed to work as they should, as if they were brand new. And they're not dirty. There's nothing wrong with them. They look exactly as they would have if you would have bought them brand new, sealed in the box, but we give them to you at a nice discount. And then they come with a full warranty as well. And then we've got a MEEP 30, so a MEEP chairs. This is going to be the best value in ergonomic seating. It's basically the leftovers from a Lamia chair, right? A Lamia is an AMIA seat and a Leap frame. This is the exact opposite. So you get the Leap seat, the AMIA frame, and we give it to you for a huge discount. You get 30% off of those outside the outlet. So go to the refurbished tab to see those. Those are ridiculously cheap, $295 and $265, I think, depending on how you configure. And then last, AMIA chairs. 25% off AMIAs in the outlet right now. So AMIA 25. You got a few different color options you can choose there. That's going to end here at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. So grab those up and, grab them up before it's done.
Mm-hmm. The only other deal that I see on chairs that we haven't really touched on is going to be the whole branch line. Well, not the whole. Actually, the one that I like the best isn't on the special, unfortunately. So the 3 branch chairs are all 20% off on Amazon. Pretty popular chairs just because they are featured in so many lists. Clearly, their go-to-market strategy is to just try to get into every best of list possible, and then maybe some influential behind-the-scenes action to guarantee #1 picks. But that's been very, very successful for them, getting picked so many times by so many different brands. Unfortunately, I don't really have a go-to here to recommend for you because I'm not in love with the 3 chairs that they have on special. The Verve, I think, is a little bit overpriced for what you get. The Branch Ergo, I don't think it's quite as comfortable as some other ergonomic chairs for the price. The Daily could be a nice option. That's the one that I think might be a nice option if you're just looking for a good-looking home office chair, simply because that's what it's designed for. It's not going to have a ton of functionality, but you do get the polished base. You get a few nice color options, the off-white with the colors, a nice color combo. So it looks a little bit more upscale. It looks like it would fit into a home office environment a little bit better than, just their standard all black task chair. But unfortunately, that's the one that I like the most from a pure function standpoint, and they don't have the 20% off on that right now. But
Yeah, it's odd. They have it for all the other chairs, but not that.
yeah, so out of the 3 chairs that they have on special, if you're looking for a good looking home office chair, Francis is in it right now. That's just right above that $200 price point. This could be a good option. If you're considering that Verve that she's got right next to her, that one's going to be a pretty expensive chair. So 20% off, it's still going to be $470. Not a ton of functionality. It's a smaller chair, so the depth isn't going to be great. And then the arms aren't very comfortable because you don't have any padding, and all you have is height adjustment. So unless you're looking for kind of a knockoff Cosm with the dipped in color type vibes, then I'd probably look for a different option. Truthfully, I'd rather just go with that Daily because it's in my opinion, close to as good of a looking chair, but you're going to pay less than half the price. Any chairs for sale with a headrest? The ErgoHuman. The ErgoHuman is for sale, 15% off. And that's got one of the best headrests that's out there. Not a ton of great chairs with headrests, to be honest.
So just going along with the Branch stuff, they are coming out with a Ergonomic Chair Pro. So we're going to be getting that in. It's supposed to ship this week. So hopefully we'll have a video doing a little first impressions of that soon.
Yeah, so the chairs that are on special that we have on our list that have headrests are going to be the Tacova, $119 right now. Really, really good budget chair. You get a headrest with that, height adjustment and tilt adjustment. Then what else do we have here? The Calami Atlas has a headrest, 2-way adjustment on that unit. The Sihu Doro S300 has a headrest. So does the Habata E3. And then that ErgoHuman. So not a ton of options, but a few at almost every price point, which is nice. Have we shown the Calami Big and Tall chair yet?
I don't think it's in the office.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
I think Travis has been testing that one out.
Oh, okay. Yep, yep.
Because, yeah, that's another option. That's only, what is it, like $150?
$152 right now.
Which one is
30% off. The Calami Big and Tall is only $152 right now. Which, I mean,
Is there a link in there?
I'm not gonna
I'll drop it.
I'm not gonna gush over a $200 chair as if it's the best chair in the world, but for the price, guys, this is a really, really good value. Calami just does a very good job of providing low-cost options that really have a ton of bang for the buck. That's just simply it. It is on Amazon.
Yeah, I just dropped the link.
That's a different chair though. I think they might have discontinued the one that we have.
Oh, you shared the
stock.
all mesh one?
No,
No,
it's
this
a
is a
mesh
different
back.
one.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Or mesh back, yeah. Okay.
The one that he has, I don't think we can find it anymore.
Okay. So maybe this is so we get a lot of questions on the channel, especially on videos like, why don't you guys have more content on Big and Tall, or, where's the help me out, I'm only 100 pounds, whatever. So maybe just can we explain why we don't give a lot of recommendations for Big and Tall?
Because we're not big and tall.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard for me I'm 5'9". I weigh between 180 and 190 pounds, depending on what I've got going on in my life. And so giving an opinion to someone who's 6'4", 320 is really, really hard because I just don't fit in the chairs that they are going to be looking at. And so I have to sit in them and kind of imagine myself being bigger. I have to base my opinions on what I've heard from other people, other customers, other videos that I'm watching. And so it's tough. And then just to find people that fit that demographic that are also willing to be on camera is also really difficult because it's not like I'm just legally speaking as an employer, I'm not allowed to post an ad and hire someone specifically based on the way that they look. That's called discrimination. So I can't post and say, hey, I'm looking to hire someone that's 300 pounds and 6'4", and if you're not, then you don't qualify. I would need to hire a model. I'd need to hire a modeling agency that gets really expensive, and they don't know anything about chairs. So it just creates this disconnect of you either have to speak for someone or you have to hire a model that then is going to give you an opinion that you have to then relay to the audience. It's just it's tough to make content on, truthfully.
Yeah, so it's like it's hard to give that whole answer on like a YouTube comment, which is why a lot of times we just kind of don't always respond to some of those. But the truth is, yeah, the reason why I think that we are a good resource is because we spend a ton of time in the chairs. A lot of days we've been sitting in for years. So that's why we're able to give opinions. But to bring someone in like a model or someone that's just going to come try it, they can give us some like a first impression type thing, but you're not going to get that full like review unless they've spent a lot of time in a product.
We're going to do it for our sizing charts. We've considered doing it for things like that, for sizing issues, for measurements and stuff, but
You can't possibly know the quirks of the chair based on your body size, body type, unless you are that body size, body type too. So that's what Ryan's saying. Like some things that you would notice we would never understand, just like some things I notice you wouldn't understand. It's just the way that it is. And so it becomes very difficult. But yeah, it's just the same thing like when they come in chat or when you come into the comments and we see a lot of comments, hey, you need to get someone who's, I don't know, 4'11", 110, a female. It's like, that's the last person I'm going to go out and try to find that perfect person. And we can't do that internally here either because some people just, as you can imagine, just being on camera right now for us, we've been in hundreds of videos. It's very normal, and it's not anything we think about. For most people, though, when you look in the camera and you talk, people get incredibly nervous. And so not only that, now they're going to be demonstrating chairs, which is a whole other layer to that. They just don't want to do it. So while we would love to have someone of every size and fit, it would make total sense. We just can't, unfortunately. And so we never really will be able to unless somehow we get lucky. Someone just happens to end up here that's exactly that size that wants to be on videos. But we can do our best mansplaining which ones might fit. Always try. Don't forget, guys, you got 13 minutes on that EMEA 25 coupon. So 13 minutes on the EMEA 25, 25% off all the EMEA chairs in the outlet. I know a bunch of them have gone through. I see a bunch of these in here right now where you guys have filled out your information as well. So again, like I said last time, it ends at 1 this time. We're not going to extend this one. You guys have 12 minutes to make a decision. We just wasted a minute with me saying you only had 13 minutes. And then all the other coupons are listed right at the top as well. AMEEP 30, which I see a bunch of you guys fired in there as well. That coupon for 30% off AMEEPs, Ryan's very happy that ends at the end of the stream. So guys, make sure you're getting those in there if you want to get the AMEEP chair for 30% off.
that's not outlets, though.
Those are no outlets. Thank you.
You can't
Ryan.
get that on outlets.
Yeah.
So.
So unfortunately, that's a different column chair. I don't know which one that was that they've seemingly discontinued it.
Column's in that weird spot right now where they've kind of hit the market at full speed and they've just hit the ground running, and so they've had some chairs to take off, and then they've had some stocking issues on chairs that have been really, really popular, like the Kieran. They're just having a really hard time keeping that chair in stock. Then it seems like they'll phase a chair out before it's really had all the content produced on it, and then they have a new chair. So you can tell they're just kind of trying to work it out, trying to figure out what the best way to get their chairs out on the market are. But
let's run through a couple chairs. I can see them right now. The Fractal Refine, just in case you guys haven't seen it.
Yep.
And then we got a Razer Isker V2 that you guys have had limited. I don't even know if you've seen it, to be honest.
We'll show you all the reasons not to buy it. It's perfect.
So we got 2 new gaming chairs that just came in.
The Fractal's good, though. I like the Fractal. I actually have a video coming out soon on the Fractal versus the Titan, a nice head-to-head comparison. And so you guys can...
I spent $600, this is the other thing too, like to the point of what Robert said, why you're not going to find a lot of channels. We're the only ones crazy enough to go buy this $650 Razer Isker V2, knowing that after the review is done on it, no one's ever going to sit on this chair ever again because you'll find out.
Well, and we're never going to sell any. Like it's one of those things where Greg is on his way to Best Buy to buy a $600 chair that we know for a fact that we are not going to make any revenue off of. No one in the office is ever going to use it again. It's literally just going to be used for this content, and that's it. As an example of a chair that we don't feel that you should buy, but you guys desperately want to see because it's the new Razer chair. So most channels are just going to kind of give you a gloss over of the specs. Most channels or review sites have never seen it. So yeah, just an investment into credibility, really.
There it is. There it is, the Razer Isker V2. It's crazy because this is supposed to be competing with like a Secret Lab Titan Evo 2020, but they still didn't quite get it right, and I think it's more expensive right now, isn't it?
I believe so.
$650 versus what, $599 or $550? They still have. They did add they fixed their lumbar, because if you guys remember, it had this really awkward pivoting out lumbar thing that had like this gas lift on it that just pushed you out of the chair. And you can see Francis was rolling the dial on the lumbar, so it's going to be it'll push out and then it'll move up and down on the backrest, which that was decent. Again, the armrests. I'm not sure if there's anything truly about this one, though, that's better than the Titan chair.
It's just a downgraded version of the Titan. It's funny because at least the first Isker that they came out with was different than the Titan. It wasn't exactly the same. It had a different back shape, different lumbar. The arms were a little bit different. The seat felt different because the bolsters were different. So the build quality felt similar. I didn't think it was nearly as comfortable because of everything that I just said, but at least it was different. And so you could get people that were looking at for something that offered some differences. All they did with the new updated version was just make it as close to the Titan as possible without making it the Titan. And so it's like it's just a worse version of the Titan for more money, and it says Razer. And so I have no idea. I understand why they made the changes, because the Titan is the best version of a gaming chair, and so they tried to make it as close to it as they could. But if they were going to do it, then they should have just copied it outright. They shouldn't have gone with the cheaper pillow, the worse pillow. I will say that the seat feels a tad softer. That's it. But everything else is a downgrade. You don't have the soft side. I don't know.
And it has the plastic side stuff on it still, so they didn't integrate into the. You still have the cheap plastic stuff on the side. This would be a full pass on this one.
Yeah.
If you got fleeced for $650 and you're in here right now, you got to let us know in the chat.
Or maybe you don't want to let us know.
Well, let us know. We need to talk. So, again, that's one of our new gaming chairs. Still disappointed. And then the Refine chair here. This Fractal Refine chair. This is arguably the closest thing to what we've seen yet from somebody trying to make a gaming chair that's getting close. They missed on a couple key things, and I think that has to do with the fact that they were coming from gaming, trying to emulate the best version of gaming, but not knowing office chairs fully, would be my opinion on this one. But the price point on this thing is insane. I think it retails right now for like $550.
Trying to find the price of the Titan right now, because that Razer chair is $649.
Yeah, $649 on that one.
And the Titan is $549. So you literally have zero reason to ever buy that Razer chair, because you can get the Titan or this Fractal chair for $100 less. The Titan is going to be a big upgrade just because it does almost everything better than that Isker, and they have the same exact design. The Fractal is going to be, in my opinion, a major upgrade to both of them. I think it's way more comfortable. The recline is much better. You get a synchro tilt recline. It's not quite as deep because you don't have the, in my opinion, the stupid thing where you can recline flat back and sleep in it. I don't know who would ever do that. Your legs go numb, they dangle there. It's not a realistic way to use the chair. But you get a normal recline on this unit. You also get a really, really good pillow that is built into the unit and has height adjustment. So you don't have to worry about a strap, a magnet, nothing. It's a much better design, and you can take it off. One button on top of the headrest, and boom, it comes right out like she just showed you there. Slides right back in. The armrests, I think, are a massive difference. The arm pads are more comfortable, and they are way more adjustable. So you get the same four-way adjustment, but all of the adjustments move more, especially the height. So you can actually get them low enough to get them out of the way, slide under the desk, and use them in a ton of different positions. So in my opinion, there's literally no reason to buy that Isker chair for one, or the Titan, because this Fractal chair exists. And if you want a gaming chair that is a decent mesh of some gaming properties, it's got a little bit of the side bolster action going on. It's got some of the logos. It's got the pillows, but it does have the ergonomic features that you want, which is a synchro tilt recline, seat depth adjustment, and really, really comfortable arms.
It's interesting. If you look at on Amazon, that fractal chair is like $900. So you got to go to either B&H Photo has it for $550, or I think Newegg was the other one. Yeah, Newegg also $550. So don't buy it on Amazon if
That's
you're
crazy.
looking. Yeah, not sure why. Well, it's temporarily out of stock, but it is available at B&H.
It's tough for us to give good EU recommendations just because we don't have access to those chairs. The only chairs that we have access to that are sold in Europe are the chairs that are also sold by the biggest manufacturers, so like the Leap, the Fern, the Aeron, chairs like that, or the most popular chairs on Amazon if they happen to be in your area. But we don't have access to like all the Flock chairs or kind of spacing on the Maelstrom chairs. There's a lot of high-end brands that we would love to see and test, but we just can't. So unfortunately, we don't have good recommendations.
I see someone asked about a Meep for 6'2", 200. I'd say you're definitely going to be okay at that size. That's what I am. And a Meep, you're getting a little close on the backrest being high enough, but for me, it's still, I have plenty of space in that chair.
Yeah. Maximus, the reason that outlets are non-returnable is because they are chairs that have already been returned once. And so instead of us continuing to put the same chair back into the market, being shipped back and forth across the country, we're going to save the chair because they're not really meant to do that. And we're going to just give you a little bit more savings in exchange for not being able to return it. So we're going to reduce the amount of times it's being shipped. We're going to give you a better price. It's out of our warehouse. You get a good discount on a chair that you pretty much already know that you want, basically. But if you do want that return policy, you want to have 30 days in case you are on the fence, just get the standard one, apply the coupon. They're all on sale right now, and you're going to get it for really cheap as well.
Yep. Thought maybe I'd hit a couple other cable deals real quickly here.
Love
you
us
guys
some
are
cable.
interested at all? There's actually a ton of cable management deals going on today. So that's if you're working on your desk at all, now's the time to buy some of this stuff. So Tidy Helper, these are little clips. Earlier I posted that bigger kit that was like 172 items. They come with a couple of this style of clip, but to me, I could use these Tidy Helpers for a ton of stuff. So I think Francis is going to show you in a second here that they're bigger. They have really nice adhesive. They last a long time. In fact, sometimes they're really hard to get off your desk. It's more of a problem than whether or not they're going to stay on. So those are really nice. Again, we're not talking like huge dollars off, but you do get a couple bucks off if you buy them today, 20% off. The other thing is this. It's called the Scandinavian Hub. I don't know if we have that one pulled over, but the Scandinavian Hub tray. So let me get the link for that. This is just there's a lot of these different trays out there. Some of them I recommend, some not as nice, but these are really good quality, good. Sometimes the metal on some of them aren't strong enough to hold the weight, and they kind of bend. Scandinavian Hub is one of the stronger ones that'll hold your stuff. It's also good to look. Sometimes the pictures can be a little deceiving, whether you get one or two trays. This is only a one tray, so that's why it is a little on the higher price, even with the deal, because you're only getting one tray as opposed to some that you get two. But they are very nice. They got the holes underneath. So this is actually this is their wire tray, but I'll post the link right now for that. Sometimes what happens too is we cable manage for these videos, and then the trays end up being left on a desk somewhere in the studio. There we go. So I'll post the link for the trays here. But those are a pretty good deal today. Good percentage off, 20% off? All of a sudden my internet's freezing. Well, according to this, it's 52% off, but really I think the regular price is around $30. So you're getting maybe $6 off today.
Best, most non-toxic chair brands.
Like toxic, like literally toxic chemicals, or toxic like we don't want to be around them.
No, I find the Aeron to be a little toxic to be around.
Is it the chair?
So
or
so
the
highfalutin.
fans?
It's just so highfalutin. It thinks so highly of itself. So I do feel that the Aeron can be a bit that way. What is she doing over there? Is she about to wire manage?
Well, we were trying to find some trays. They got all the circle openings on the bottom, if that helps.
All right, that deal just ended, guys. Hopefully everybody who wanted one got one. The EMEA deal just ended, y'all. Don't forget that AMEEP deal still going on, though. I see them cranking through the cart. So get your AMEEPs 30% off. The non-outlet version, AMEEP 30 is the coupon code. And again, 15% off everything on BTOD is going to be it's Live 15. Usually I would think it would be BTOD 15. They threw me off. Live 15, and then outlets, everything is 20% off. That's going to be outlet 20. All right, let's do a little bit of the white light, the asymmetrical light pattern on these light bars. I want to see that live action right now. So show them exactly what it looks like to be asymmetrical light pattern and what's not. Because these light bars, guys, if you didn't pick up light bars before, there's some good deals on these light bars right now, and you absolutely need to grab one up. It's going to change the game with what you guys got in your setup. You see how there is no asymmetrical light pattern there, is it? It's very faint. Yeah, because I don't think that any of these other models will do it, but when you put the BenQ up there, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, you can see there's just a little bit of shadow, and I think that one's just tipping down a little bit. You'd have to have it not face towards the monitor. Why is Colton on such a short leash?
He's tethered.
Well, I thank you for that, Colton. Colton just let me know that's as long as the cable is.
This camera is on a cable to reach the streaming computer. This is what we're talking about.
What do you think of that Anchor magnet cable holder?
The little, so those, I think I used those on Ryan's desk
Is that the
for,
we on a BenQ?
is that what you mean, the little blue ones?
Yeah.
Those are nice. They just kind of fit on your, kind of snap onto your cables. I mean, I guess you would know better, Ryan.
Honestly, it seriously came in handy 2 days ago because my mouse died, and I didn't even know that I needed to be charging it. And I was like, oh my God, my mouse died. And I was like looking for other batteries, and then I realized, wait, I can charge this. And then I looked over at the blue thing because I have it mounted on my desk, and there was one cord in it. One cord, and it was my mouse cord. And I was like, unbelievable, it's there. It was like ready for me to use for the first time ever because that blue, what's it called?
The Anchor.
The Anchor pad.
This is what happens when Robert does your
So-
cable management. He's also done mine.
I mean, that was like 2 years ago, probably. But that cord's just been sitting there on that magnet.
It
just
must be
waiting
because I don't
for you.
remember ever putting it on there.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Colton, could you do me a solid and just get a real close-up of that monitor, too? Yeah, what brand is that? Light bar test. Here it comes, asymmetrical. Can he get in? Can he even get in there?
we still got the command, peeps. Watch this. Boom.
How have we done all these live streams and we have such a short cable?
Yeah, John's desk is the problem.
John, why did you move your desk so close to us?
Moved it a foot closer to us, and now we're.
Do you just want to be on stream? Come on
Tethered.
in here if you want to be on stream. Yep, they've just decided there's now an official riff here. So an official riff has just taken place. All right,
There it
let's do
is.
some Q&A, guys. I know some of you have questions. If you're in here, you want some questions answered on chairs coming out, chairs that we already have. Drop your Q&A questions in there here for the remainder of this. And then I'm going to go through this list and see if there was any deals that we missed that we should be talking about.
Oh yeah, $15.99 for a 2-pack of these Anchor things. That's actually a really good deal for these things.
Do you know how much they were before?
I don't care. I just know that they're $15, and that's a
Usually-
really good deal for the function that they serve.
Usually 20 for the 2-pack. So it's $4 off.
That's a lot of percentage if you think about it.
20%.
The
It's
other
a
one I
prime
like
big
is
deal.
I like these Sinjamoru ones, but they're pretty pricey. I can send a link for that. You only get 3 of them for $12.78, $12.79.
Is Anthros having a deal right now, or is this their everyday price where you get to save $4.94? Yeah, they've got the chair that Colton is sitting in right now for $494 discount.
Yeah, so if you use our coupon code, that's actually where you're going to get the best deal. So you're going to get $200 off of that. On top of that, there's a link that we can drop in the chat so that people can take advantage of that.
The Anthros is a really expensive chair, guys. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I mean, regular price on this unit that we're showing right here is $2,391. So a very expensive chair. The reason that it's so expensive, though, is because they're out there trying to compete with the Aeron, the Embody, fully loaded Leap, fully loaded Fern, but offer something that those chairs don't, which is a seating system that actually offers a thick cushion without kind of destroying your back in the process. They've got these nice cutouts for your sit bones. The density is designed in a way to have good bounce back, so you don't just compress the foam and just sit on a hard surface. So the design aspect, along with, I guess, what do they call it? It's not lumbar support, it's just pelvic support, right?
Yeah.
So the design is just to put your entire pelvis forward instead of focusing on just the lumbar region. And so these things are actually, they're selling a lot of these things, even though they're super expensive. And listen, I get it. $2,000 for a chair seems crazy, but the parts on this chair are up to the same quality as you'd get on a Herman Miller Aeron, a Herman Miller Embody. A lot of the parts are from the same factories. And so the components feel good. You also get a 12-year warranty like the major brands. They do have a free 30-day return policy, which is now better than those brands because they're switching down to 14-day return policies. So if you're looking for a really unique chair, you have really bad lower back pain, you have just back issues in general, and you haven't found a solution, this could be an option for you, definitely.
Francis loves this chair. All right, what do we got for
Yeah,
Q&A?
Francis and Colton have this chair. So 2 of our videographers have this chair, and they sit in it every day at home.
What are the chances you guys are also a Hayworth dealer?
Become a Hayworth.
Oh, what are the chances? Well,
Go to Hayworth and tell them that you want us to be a dealer for them.
yeah, that's probably the best way to do that.
Yep. We've been in talks with them. We haven't gotten to an agreement to get it to work out, but we would certainly be interested if we could align on our visions for how we would make that work.
Yeah, any other questions? Chairs, accessories, desks, anything?
The coupon code, guys, for that $200 off on the Anthro stuff is just BTOD. I know it's really a difficult one, but it's just BTOD. So I'll drop this in here one more time.
Yeah.
Strange that the Kieran isn't found on the Kalami website.
They discontinued.
Did they officially discontinue it?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. That chair was going on and off. It would come in and then they'd sell out right away and then come in and sell out. And I'm not sure why it was discontinued. I actually really liked it. Maybe it was too close to the design of another chair. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. That was kind of my pick. I liked that possibly even better than the Atlas, or they were really close to each other, but the Kieran was even cheaper. So, but I think you're going to be just, if you're looking at those, the Atlas is right there.
Atlas or Tacova.
And you got the
definitely.
headrest too for the Atlas, which is nice.
What else you got for deals on there, Robert? Was there anything else that we missed?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot of.
What about
the
that heavy
monitor
duty
arms.
arm? Did the heavy duty arm get out from the Vivo? Or no?
Is that the right one? The heavy duty. Let me see here. Yeah, so that's 110. So the regular price is 120. So I don't know if it quite qualifies as a big deal, but
Did you duck it or what?
I did not
Quack,
duck
quack, quack.
it. I'll try it right now. But yeah, they're telling me that the typical price here is 119, so it's not a huge discount, unfortunately. Yeah, it's almost always going at 119, and then occasionally it will drop down to about 100. So, but it hasn't been that price for a while. So, if you've been already eyeing that up and not pulling the trigger, maybe today is a good day. But
Do we like the Echo Dot? That thing is 54% off.
I love that thing. That's funny you bring that up. So that's like, it's just a tiny ball. I don't think I didn't bring that in, but it's just like a little ball that is like a Google Assistant, except for Echo with Amazon, or is it Alexa? Sorry, I have mine. So you just say like Echo, turn my lights on or whatever. But so I have my lights for my ceiling lights. I have smart light bulbs, and then I have lights hooked up behind my monitor. I have lights underneath my desk, and all these things can go on with just asking the Echo Dot to do it. So they're really excuse me, they look just like a little speaker because that's kind of what they are too, but I don't actually use it as a speaker that much. I used to have it set up so it would be like at 8 o'clock play music or play the radio or a podcast, or you can have it do that stuff, but to me it was like the odds of me wanting that on at that time every day was not great. So I took that off, and now it just acts as basically my light switch, which is super nice. Of course, my kids know how it works now, and they say, Echo, make my lights red, and then I walk into my office and the lights are red. But
My daughter would love this thing. She talks to Alexa all day long because she wants to know what the weather is every 15 minutes. She's obsessed with the weather because she hates storms and wind and anything. She's asking Alexa literally, Alexa, what's the weather? Every 15 minutes. She would be obsessed with this thing.
Well, there you go, Ryan. Why don't you buy that
Good
while we're on
Christmas
stream?
gift.
yeah.
Commit to this thing while we're on stream for your daughter.
Yeah, $23. They're usually $50.
Hook me up with that link. I'll
get
give
the link
VTOT
right
a cut
now.
of it.
Yeah,
We'll
there
get
you go.
3%.
Yeah,
There we
make
go.
sure to use our link. Yeah.
Make
Maybe
sure-
it's 6%. Who knows?
You think it is?
Maybe.
Probably
It's not an office furniture item. It's electronics.
It's
So
got to
maybe-
be close.
Maybe it's in that upper tier.
It's got to be close, guys.
Which one is that one? Oh, the Loom Cube. The Loom Cube. I don't see it on this list.
I think we've we've pretty much used up all of the deals.
Yeah.
We might have to wrap this one early here unless anybody's got any questions.
Yeah, we've really covered a lot here.
This is kind of a weird Amazon deal because it wasn't a ton of products that had super good deals. Honestly, I think all the brands are trying to protect as much margin as they can right now because they know they're blowing it out for Black Friday, would be
Yeah.
my guess. So some decent deals here, some deceptive deals, like the one that Robert talked about where you could get it for 22 yesterday and it's 27 today.
Yeah.
Also, Han, they kind of do their thing where they've got random sales that aren't sales.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, another one, just looking at stuff that's not really as much chair or desk, but the B-Link computers, those are kind of always going on sale. But we have one of these B-Links right on the back. It's like literally hooked onto the back of our monitor. So that has a good deal today. I think this is for the exact one we have. I'll drop the link to that too. $167 down from $199. Again, looking at the duck, 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 which is actually camel, camel, camel. This is a pretty good deal, but it fluctuates all the time. So I have one of these B-Links at home, and I just watched it for a long time, and I kept kind of waiting until it was in one of those kind of valleys and bought and saved $30 by being patient. So.
glad they took care of you, John. Glad they took care of you. They're usually really good about that stuff. So
I mean, what about Rhodes? Is that for sale anywhere? No.
Oh, the painting?
That's my
custom
painting.
artwork.
It's the first painting I've done in a long time. It's the last one I did.
You did that painting?
Yes.
Ryan's finding this out for the first time.
You didn't know I made that?
Well, I mean,
What are you trying to say? Is it too good for my abilities or too not good?
I don't know. I just figured it was something that was like $19.99 from Target or something. I mean, I just figured it was just part of the decor. I didn't know.
Wow, it is part of the
Might
decor.
have to sell that. I bet we could auction that thing off now that the audience knows that you painted that
I
thing.
did that painting. and
Let's.
that-
What is that thing worth to you guys? A hand painted. What do they call it when you do an original painting?
an original piece of art.
Yeah.
No, they call it something. Can't remember.
Masterpiece.
But we could auction this thing off. The
Wait,
one,
will you
the
move,
original.
Let's move
Let's
that
get that
bush
plant out of the way.
Move the bush out of the way. We need to. Colton, could you get a little bit closer to that? Could you get a little bit closer for me? Thank you for that.
That is, yeah. The cord is maxed out. She's just gonna take it off the wall.
All right, seriously, what do we think that this is worth? And be careful with your oils in your fingers on that painting.
Yeah.
Okay.
$229 is an amazing price for that nano flower. That's an I'm telling you, that the chair that you're getting, it feels closer to a $500 chair than a $200 chair. So you're
Do you
gonna
see
love
the
it.
feathering that I did right there, Travis? It's not a giraffe. Wouldn't that be a zebra?
It's like a
Oh, he
giraffe
thinks it's a giraffe's body.
pattern, but zebra colors.
We're getting internal comments now about this. Guys, do you see the feathering of the painting? Do you see the depth of that? That's multiple layers of error happening, but error is art.
Yeah, anything is art. I saw literally an art display yesterday. It was just nothing.
That's not art.
It is. People were paying money, and they would just walk up to this thing, and it was just an empty thing. That was like the statement of the artist was, I'm just not going to do art, and that's my exhibit. The art is wild these days.
Well, that's some stuff. I'm telling you, that is an actual painting of roads. That is my vision of the future of roads.
Taylor, I make art.
Exquisite.
Taylor, your art is actual real art, though. Like, we've seen you draw.
What
Like,
in the-
your ability with, like, a marker board is...
What is that supposed to mean?
Your art is art, too. You actually painted it, and there's something there. I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about these exhibits you go
Thank
to,
you.
and it's just, they put a rock out on the floor, and they're like, title it Rock. And that's the exhibit. And it's like, what is this? It has to be a way to launder money. That's the only thing that I can think of.
It's a money laundering thing.
100%. Why else would you pay $100 million for a picture of some random dude's wife?
I didn't.
People do. People do.
We've gone so far off the path.
We're off the rails.
We-
We obviously don't have anything else
We
to talk
are
about when it comes to
completely-
office
we are
furniture.
completely-
We're out of deals.
Right. We are
The
out of
coupon
deals.
codes are expiring.
Right.
Wrap this thing up.
All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. The only thing I think we could do at this point is compare Moulet to Moulet and see which Moulet is better, but we're not gonna do that on this one. Let's do it. All right, guys, we appreciate Cam. You're the only one left.
How else are we supposed to launder out money? That's true.
Yeah, and we're gonna have rocks for sale as art here on BTAD here shortly. Free shipping though, guys. Save a lot of money there on shipping them rocks.
It's true.
All right, guys, appreciate everybody who hung out. We're going to let these deals run right now. So if you guys get in late, we'll let these deals run until the 2 p.m. mark. Again, live 15 for 15% off site-wide. You got the outlet 20 for 20% off outlets. And then we've got the AMEEP 30 that's going right now. So 30% off the AMEEPs that are not in the outlet. And I just want to say, this is Amazon's fault for not having good enough deals. Otherwise, we would have kept on going. But I'm going to tell you right now that the Cyber Monday stream and the Black Friday stream are going to be some of the most epic streams we've done yet, because we've got a whole bunch of cool stuff that we're going to be giving away that's not chairs and not desks. We're giving away some sweet BTAD stuff and some other items, accessories that you guys will like. And so it's going to be a killer stream. It'll be our best one yet. And so make sure you get in on that. We'll drop a link on the YouTube channel so you guys know in the community tab when that's coming. But as you can assume, it's going to be right around Cyber Monday. So Craig Mink, welcome to the stream. You can just reach out to customer service. They're going to take care of you on getting that change on the discount. So, guys, we appreciate you hanging out. Till the next time, we'll see you then. Bye.
We'll see you.
Thanks.